Welcome everybody to Love Always Wins podcast. We have episode 5 here. We have Mr. StelioKontos81 in the building, man. Perr Perr Perr. You can say something.
Yo, what up? What's up, boy? I'm your boy StelioKontos81 from Brooklyn, New York. You dig?
Yes.
I'm a streamer. I off and on stream. We'll get into why, but I love fighting games. I'm a video game at heart. You want to know knowledge about old games, new games? You talk to me. I also love to cook. I'm also foodie, and I love my good old cognac.
You gotta have the cognac, baby. Come on, now. You can't.
I'm a bourbon man. I have grown with my taste. Like you've seen some of the things I talk to you about when I always.
Yes, sir. Well, my name is Hey Teddy. I'm one of the hosts of the podcast. We also have Shield going. How you doing, Shield?
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm
Shield
Gorn, Lennon, the Tea Master, whatever you want to know me as. But very excited here to be with you all today. Can't wait to get into all these juicy topics.
And then we have special guest, another special appearance. Huge shout out to StelioKontos81 for being in the building. Very close to the Kontos. We want to talk about that, man.
Yeah.
How you doing, StelioKontos? Welcome.
Yo, thanks for letting me be a part of this again.
There you go, baby. Welcome on in, everybody. Again, welcome everybody to Love Always Wins podcast, episode 5, man. This one's very special at heart to me, man. And we're gonna dive into that in a little bit, but Stelios, I want to know, man, how did you get your name, bro? How did that name come about? And
this is a fun one, baby.
We can start there. Let's start there.
All right. So, you know me. I play Street, but I'm really right. I'm a Zangief player. So I was like, all right. So this is what we're gonna do. My name originally was like Dynamite one, and it made sense, but it really didn't. So I was like, all right. And so playing more Geef, getting real crazy with it, being a bully with my character. I was watching.
I hate
He's a bully.
Geef, I'm sorry to cut you off real quick, right? But for everybody know, I'm a Ken player. Now Ken will hit Geef 53 times, and Geef will grab him 2 times and do the same amount of damage that I did in 53 hits. Geef is a bully.
The problem is the way Ken is now. You just gotta know how to play, because Ken is very dangerous, and like at the era where he is at right now, and also in 6, he's gonna be a problem. Now, back to me with this, like I was always bullying people and scaring people with my Zangief. One day I'm watching American Dad, and I swear to God, it came on, that StelioKontos81 came on. I'm crying and laughing at the whole scene. And then we was talking, I was with my boys, I was like, yo, I like StelioKontos, I'm gonna use that. And it was like, yeah, word. And I said, all right, bet. So that's what we're gonna do. We went from like Dynamite 81, we went from 2 Guns 81, that was all my Halo day, to using Black Dynamite, you know, the whole movie and stuff, that amazing movie, and then StelioKontos, and I just stayed with that whole thing.
Yeah, now you already have a theme song.
Like
come on,
they
y'all.
go like this, and that's
built in.
And I love it. I love every bit of it. People be like, yo, you know what's crazy? When I go to tournament, people go StelioKontos, and then somebody goes, oh, and sometimes they go, oh, Stelio, and everybody, and I be loving it. I'm so hyped. Yeah, so I'm just gonna stick with that name as far as I can rock with, because legal purposes, that's a whole different story. I can use it. I can use it now, and they don't use them, so I'm gonna probably, if it really happens, I'm gonna be like, look, we gotta talk, y'all. I need that name.
Facts. Like, we're ready this fall with it.
Have the little secret conversations. Get that shit.
Yeah. That's my plan. That's one of my. So that's about it when it comes to that name.
So sum it all up. The Stelio stuff definitely came from like the American Dad scene, and like to me, I think that was dude's dad, the kid's dad, Steve's dad, his bully or some shit.
That was his bully. He was the Armenian bully.
Yeah, like he was his bully in high school and shit like that. He just popped up and started beating his ass or whatnot.
And he said, "You're not supposed to use nobody else." Who said that, Dad?
That shit was
Still.
Yeah,
funny.
the whole thing is he gets a bunch of money, right? And he starts like paying people to
Yeah.
do shit for him, and dad gets
Yeah.
mad, and dad is upset, and he's like, "Bitch, dad, I'm gonna pay this man to beat you now."
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Dude had
And it
the
was the best
apron.
thing that ever happened. It's one of the best episodes. I
Bro,
wish they would
Stan.
give you a little more. I wish they would give you like a little more of him in the show. But I understand why he's just for that purpose
You gotta
alone.
be a little
Well, we
cameo.
wouldn't
come
be
back
talking about it. I
Cameo.
don't think we'd
Yeah.
be talking about it.
Yeah, they used it one more time, and that was it. And he was just in there, like in the studio. They never
Sure.
used him as the character for what he did, and I thought that was amazing. It'd be funny if the show still existed, and he would like come through, and he makes Stan get all scared again for no reason. I
Beat
would
up
cry laughing.
Stan like in one of those circle spinny things.
Yes,
Yeah, just beat
yes,
him
he
up.
did. Yes,
Oh,
he did a lot to him. He did a lot.
Dude, that shit was
That
amazing,
shit was
man.
dope.
So, all right. So you got your name from the Stelio stuff. That shit is hilarious, bro. It's always a fucking like that sound bit is so fucking perfect. I think you should use that all the time. Now,
Yeah.
how long have you been creating content, and has it started on Twitch? Because not everybody started on Twitch.
Okay, so I started on YouTube just a little bit, thinking maybe I can do something with it, like talk about games with a couple and everything, and maybe food purpose. Because remember
Now
when Street Fighter 4 days,
I'm gonna cut you
Hmm?
out right there for a second. There's a noise gate. I think it's cutting you out a little bit. So we're peaking. Some of your audio is cutting out. I want to make sure everybody.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's great. That sounds
Okay.
just great.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4 days is when I was like, I could do something with, because that's when everybody was just started streaming heavy. That's when was it TED
Definitely.
TV, and then it changed to the other thing, Justin TV and all that. And I was
Yup.
like, yo, this is dope. I want to do something with this. I don't have no computer to do this, so YouTube it is on my phone. So I made a little bit of videos here, nothing serious, nothing important. And then when I got my the Xbox One X, I was like, you know what? We're gonna do a Twitch. I started on there, played Killer Instinct a very little bit. I tried out a couple of stuff on there, and I never got serious with it. Having fun with it. And I always tell people, hey, yo, I'm gonna do this. Check me out, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, maybe 2 years, 3 years later, I decided to get serious. Was it 3 years? Okay, matter of fact, during the pandemic, and in the pandemic, right?
2020 stages.
I said, let's get serious. I'm having fun with this. I'm doing it here and there. People liking a little bit of things I'm doing with the games. I was like, all right, let's do this for real. I got into it, and long story listen, it was probably a couple weeks in. I was like, oh, whoa, my numbers is going up. What's going on here? And I was like, I'm gonna just have fun with it. And one of my boys, he goes, yo, I made affiliate. I'm like, what the fuck? How you make affiliate before me? You don't even do this. Yes, I got a little jelly, just a little bit.
Of course.
But I was like, you know what?
Competitive.
I can't do that. I'm very I have a competitive, so I was very happy that he made it. And then my other boy made it. So now you got to do it. So I said, all right, cool. We started. All of a sudden, I'm like a weekend, I was like, yo, I'm close to make an affiliate. And I went from like maybe like 86 followers to about 80 followers to about 90 that night. And it was like, okay, cool.
Nice.
I made it,
Very
and
nice.
I made affiliate. And then a week after that, I'm in 125. So I was like gaining followers quick. And I was streaming like 2-3 days a week. Then I was like, I got to figure out how to balance out with work, because, that's hard. And, family men and all that, it was hard to do a lot of this stuff, right? So I was like, all right. And then I just kept going. Just never stopped. 2-3 days out of the week, doing it for 3 years. And it went from, like I said, maybe like that 90 to 100 followers to like 600, and making a little bit of money here and there. And my inspiration from this, basically, I love video games. I love talking about it. And I want to introduce people to things they don't know. I don't want people to just keep playing the same stuff that the world tells them to play. You know what I mean? Like, so let's just use an example. Use an example. Everybody knows Call of Duty. So what everybody's gonna get, they're gonna get Call of Duty, right? You don't have to promote it because once you hear the name Call of Duty, 2K, people go, I'm getting, right? There's so many games out here that it's just like that I can't do that. And I'm not into those games anyhow, but it's just point of like, gotta tell people about these games. You gotta celebrate gaming for real. Stop knocking
For real.
for AAA titles alone. AAA titles ain't going nowhere. You get them
Right.
indie titles, that's where it goes.
That's the shit that steps out because it's like if you look at the big fan base and how much like so if you was to break it down and you start streaming, right, and you was to stream to like a game like Call of Duty, League of Legends, GTA, all these games that are really high saturated, you will be technically pushed down on the bottom of the algorithm because the way Twitch's algorithm works is that it works from highest to lowest in viewership. Now,
Yeah. And if you ain't one of the best people at it, you're not going nowhere.
Exactly. Whereas if you was to hit a indie game, even it doesn't have to be as indie as you think. You could like, some titles like Road Company or even like fucking Halo Infinite, like all these kind of big name games that are kind of losing traction. Like if you go and you fucking stream those games, you get like a 8 viewership average and be on the top of the leaderboards and be in the most exposure possible. And have opportunity to grow through Twitch because honestly, Twitch's discoverability is kind of low. Like it's hard to really grow.
Oh my gosh, you ain't telling me nothing. I know it's hard, but it's because of what I was into.
These
It makes it easier. Yeah, for me playing Street Fighter, I got the fighting game community in my back.
Of course.
So I would stream, and I would have people coming through, and I'm like, oh, look who's here. And then I would get raids and stuff. And when I started getting these raids, I got a raid from Smug the Beast. If y'all don't know who he is, he's one of the dopest Dudley players from Street Fighter 4 and still nasty in Street Fighter 5. I believe he plays Borog, and I believe he plays somebody else. But anyhow, he raided me one day, and this is like down the line, and it was I got like 700 and something. No, it was originally 1,000, and it dropped to about 7. I was at 700 people. I was like, I don't know what to do with this.
Gotta keep going, right? Like, what
like, I was real hype.
I was about to wrap up, but now,
yo, for real, I was like, what happened? We start talking about everything. You got a lot of New Yorkers in there, so a lot of people show me love. Gain a lot of traction from that, you know. And then I started playing other things, fighting games I love. There was a point like stuck. It's what I do, and I'm like, I love it, but I own so many games and I want to talk about other games. I said, let's do RPGs a little bit. That I kind of decided it's hard to really do an RPG the way I want to do it. Everybody's watching. I'm like, I don't want to talk. I want to play. But I got to entertain people. And I'll pick up an indie title. I'll pick up something on Switch. Or nowadays, I'm playing like Callisto Protocol or like Dead Space, you know. That's going to be those games I'm going to focus on.
Have you started Callisto Protocol?
I did. I was playing it. I started on stream, like when it came out, the day it came out. I had a good time, and I didn't stream it since. And I do apologize. A lot's been going on, but I will get back into it because I didn't tell you, Teddy. I got a 34-inch ultra wide, so I play on that shit. You can imagine how that
you
feels
lit
with,
now. You got all them fucking games.
Running
ultra
wide with a 3080 Ti. You understand? 64 gigs of RAM. Do we understand what's going here?
Okay.
Oh my god, that game has me sitting there freaking out.
So, something I know that Callisto Protocol has like mixed reviews on stuff. So I just kind of like wanted to know your opinions on like what you've seen. Is it?
I mean, everybody
holds the mantle of like the Dead Space genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's my thing. People have a thing of, oh, it's a Dead Space copy. Fine. To an extent, yes. But people are at a point, if it's not Dead Space, I don't want it. Especially when it comes to space horrors, right? Because there are things in this game I noticed. I'm not that far, but it kind of give a lot of Dead Space vibes. Now, unlike in Dead Space with the survival horror, you still got to get the ammo differently and all that. But in this game, yo, it's brutal. The way that these monsters kill you in this game be brutal. I sit there and go,
it's worse than the fucking the PlayStation days.
This one monster put me in the headlock and just started punching me in my head and caved in. I was like, what? Or one just took my mouth and was just trying to rip the joint open. And It's like, oh, yo,
Yo,
it's
that
good. It's not.
Yo, Dead Space was that shit. Dead Space blew my mind when I walked
I
down the
love
hallway one time and I saw
that.
fucking babies. It was like
No, the
infected
babies, son.
babies. And I was like, these are, and by the time I said babies, they started exploding. I was like, this game is
How
insane.
they cry
I was
and
like,
chase you?
yo.
How they cry
Bro.
and chase you? Oh nah. Cause I beat Dead Space. I played Dead Space 3 times, right? I beat it the first time 15 hours, second time 5, the next 12. 15 hours was my first just to get the feel of the game. Then you know the whole achievement where you beat it with just a plasma cutter, right?
Uh-huh.
You beat it with the plasma cutter. I ran through that game in 5 hours because I had a maxed out plasma. Right? I'm telling you, you could do it with a plasma cutter straight up. It's nothing. It's too funny because things die like that. And then the third time, 12 hours because my my whole file got wiped on my 360. So I had to kind of run back and do it again. So I was like, well, at least the only achievement I got to do now, because I did everything, was beat it on the hardest mode. That's gonna be to go down the line with the new one, with remaster. Because I really want to stream remaster. I'm dead on gonna do it. So promise y'all will see a stream coming.
I'm looking forward to it. Have you touched the remaster yet at all, or no?
For a little bit. And yes, it is definitely scarier than the original.
My buddy of mine actually just bought it and has been playing it like nonstop, and he is loving it.
Yeah,
absolutely loving it.
I love that game. I just don't like what they did to the main character. Like, I don't recall him being, first off, the voice is wrong, and I don't recall him ever being blonde.
True.
And they never really showed his face, but I saw his hair and it was lower cut.
When they did the eye shit, remember when it was like poking his fucking eye?
Yeah, yo, it's so like nerdy the way he looks now. I can't take Isaac serious.
Bro, that part was crazy. That was another fucking part of the game that was like, they had a scene, Lennon, where you had to like make sure this needle hits directly in the middle of your eye or something like that, and like the guy is freaking out the whole time, and you gotta make sure this shit goes right there. Like, yo, bro, what game was doing that shit, bro? What game was doing that?
Nope.
It's a very good game. You can't like take away the horror genre. Like, they're there. Resident
Horror
Evil
genre is special. Horror genre is a special place, man. And I'm glad I'm gonna let you continue with that Resident Evil, because I was just about to bring that up. I'm glad that you brought that up. Horror genre has been a thing since the start, y'all. Like, and there's multiple horror genres, right? You got this more shooter style, as we're about to get into here. But man, that goes deep, the horror genre, from jump scare stuff to just immersive things. It's really nice. So continue. Resident
Remember
Evil.
Alone in the Dark?
Oh,
remember Alone in the Dark?
Fuck around,
Going on a
man.
Dreamcast?
Yeah.
What? That was
my friend had that game. I
wild.
used to sleep over at his house and play that shit.
Yo, it's amazing. Resident Evil is like the father of like a real great genre of, you know. Resident Evil 1, I got it on a Sega Saturn because I didn't have a place at the time, and I liked it. It was really good. I got stuck though. I got stuck in the area. This is when certain games back in the days, if you're stuck, you got to start over. There's no coming back. So I barely had any ammo. And you remember the big python snake? Yeah, that area. I didn't have enough bombs. I didn't have enough anything. I think I do not recall. I feel like I actually surprisingly killed it with the knife and like maybe like 2 bombs. I don't know what I did, but I got stuck. So I said, let's play it again. But the first one I ever beat was 3. New Resident Evil 3. I never beat 1 and 2, and I will go back because I have it on PC, so that'll be something to add to it. I beat 3, I beat 4, I beat 5. Never played 6, and I played a little bit of 7. And then Revelations on the 3DS, I beat that. That was a good one, but it wasn't scary at that point. So which one?
The 6 Biohazard?
No, the whole series in Japan is called Bio. So it's Resident.
I'm trying to think of which one 6 was.
Six is I think, hold up, because you probably right. They gave it some other name to go with it.
Okay,
I think that's what they did.
6 is not what I'm thinking. 7. 7 was Bio.
7. 7. Well, you saw how I did the
Resident Evil.
Biohazard / Resident Evil 7
Yeah,
because in Japan it's not called Resident Evil; it's called Biohazard. Biohazard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Look at
7,
that. I
whatever.
never knew that. So it's not Resident Evil in Japan. It's...
No, Biohazard.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like I remember, and this is why that remember when that director's cut came to America, then the PS1, people kind of lost their mind. And then what's crazy is the director's cut. It wasn't even a director's cut version. Sega Saturn got that version without it being there because, okay, y'all got to remember this. So when the intro came on, right? Saw how they pulled up, Jill pulled up the gun from Barry, and it was like, oh my god! And it only showed half of it, and it shows nothing else, and then it goes to whatever the next scene. The director's version and Sega Saturn version, it pulls up to you see up to the forearm area, and you see blood dripping. That was in the director. It was a lot more what it should have been in the first place.
That happens a lot now. That's something that goes like you see that a lot and most often I think in movies, but this media too, games, stuff like that gets released, like different copies getting released in different regions. It's all for those reasons, censorship. Plus,
and they changed that though. If you play games now, that's a whole different thing. Like that's changed because it used to be like, nah, I don't want the American version. I'm gonna get the Japanese. Japanese version's got more stuff. It's a better version. Now you don't have that. Now it's like they're fairly even, except for certain games still. Ocarina of Time, there's a stage that we never ever got. Ever. And we probably never get it.
That's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. By
and
the way,
we've been waiting forever.
We got Rubber over here saying that Resident Evil 4 is the best. Fight me. Come at him.
Resident Evil 4 is a great game.
You think so?
And I do like it a lot.
That introduced
I beat that game
3D
honestly
shit,
in 24 hours. Yeah. I beat it in 24 hours, which is surprising on GameCube. Okay. My time literally says 24.00. All right. Now, as for scary, it wasn't as scary, but it was definitely good and it changed the pace of the game. So I can give you that. It changes the pace of the game and makes it better.
It had that like weird angle that you could like aim and fucking.
That
was the first time that came out.
I feel like 4 was more immersive. Like you felt like you were part of the story. You were making a huge impact into the story versus like some of the other games where it had more.
3 was still good. Let's not take away 3 now. Dogs all day. That was good. That was a good.
So that brings up an interesting point. So Stelio, when it comes to games, looking at new games, whether they're indie, whether they're things that are big names, AAA, etc., what do you tend to look for apart from the genre itself? Are you more drawn to those immersive style of games? Are you more drawn to just games that have good UIs and built-in mechanics? What is it about like the construction of the game that kind of pulls you in more?
That's a good one. Okay, so when we're gonna start with the different genres. So fighting games. I'll go with what I love automatic. So Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear. I'm sold automatic. Those are just automatically gonna buy day one. Does not matter.
Bet.
Mortal Kombat, I'll look and go maybe, but if enough of my friends get it, then fine, I'll play it. But I don't really care. I'm not into it. No disrespect to the Mortal Kombat community. I love y'all, crazy people, but I love y'all. But not my thing. Me.
Now, why is that one not your thing? Let's sit on that for just a second here.
Well, I mean, I like the gore and all that, but the mechanics of how that game plays, it took me a minute to understand. It's a dial-up system. So that means when you do a combo, you're not necessarily one or like that. You know how we play. You literally 1, 2, 3, and then those come out. It's not like you could just die. So I was not into that. And it felt stiff to me. And like, I don't like how you do certain moves. Like they changed it for 10 and 11 where you can actually do motion. So it made it more like I'm playing Street Fighter Tekken, so I can work with it. But I was just like, no, a little too stiff for me. I like the community. Y'all play that. Y'all do what you got to do.
Is that the same with like Injustice then as well?
Yeah, it's all the same thing. It's NetherRealm. So that's that. So that's what they do. Like I like other fighting games, but I decided at some point I'm gonna stop doing. I'm gonna just buy what I'm gonna play, and get with that, because me and my boy, we always used to go, if he's on here on one of y'all and rated T for 10, we'd be like, I would just buy every fighting game. And we're just gonna play them. If we like them, we get serious. Not, hey, we know we got it.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah. Now RPGs, I love RPGs, but I love my JRPG.
I saw
Like,
that. I
those
saw that.
period.
You were definitely pretty heavy on the JRPG, on the action RPG, that kind of
Yeah.
more like fast-paced
Yeah.
stuff. That's most of the
Yeah.
VODs I was seeing were more of this kind of
Yeah.
content. So is
Yeah.
that something you do more like? So I know with this fighting stuff, it can be a little bit competitive, right? That's kind of the
It's
whole
very
point of it,
competitive.
right?
I compete
So,
when I can.
so is this other
Extremely.
stuff more kind of you're in between, or do you enjoy that as much? Is it something that you kind of
It's
use as filler content? How goes
it's
that?
my in between and my relax.
Heard.
You know, I
Yeah.
just relax playing these things. They could be frustrating, you know, but like
Yeah,
I love
bet.
the old Final Fantasies. My era is 1 through 6. 7 I played when I did this new one, remake, which took me like 4 times to actually play it and beat it. So it's actually better than I thought, but I need to play the
Sure.
and I
I
also
see.
beat 13. So I like that. Now, Tales series, I love that also.
Ooh,
They're good. But the problem with the Tales series, I have one issue. It's always almost the same fucking story.
it really
Mhm.
is. Yeah.
It really is. It's about the Yakstru tree. There's 2 versions of the hero, and one you think is the bad guy that's never really the bad guy, and then one is the good guy is never really the good guy. It's like, wait, what? And then everything gets destroyed, then the game begins. And you're like, I know
Mhm.
it's gonna happen, but I like it anyhow. I'm a glutton for
You just
punishment.
gotta like
So,
accept the
what
shit.
is your
Like,
favorite Tales game? 'Cause I have my
Yeah.
preferred,
Oh
and
my
I'm
god.
wondering which one's
Oh
your
my god.
favorite.
All right. My favorite.
yeah.
Uh okay. I'm gonna say this. Still gonna be Tales of Symphonia, but I have a story behind it. Curse. And I have to fix this curse. Like anybody that's on it that's one of my peoples knows what happened. So I played it when it came out on GameCube, right? Got deep in the game, 77 hours in,
Yeah.
got further than my friends, started really playing it, doing a lot of the other stuff. Came home one night and I turned it on to play it, corrupted file.
Oh, not like this.
Oh,
And I tried to play it again and I got 30 hours in. I said, nah, I can't. Yeah, I swear to God, I was
Yo,
so mad and hurt.
yo,
But
hear
then I
me out.
beat
Oh, go. Finish your
oh,
shit.
I beat Tales game that I beat. Tales of Eternia,
Mhm.
which was on the PSP. I beat that one. It had no real gameplay value after, so I just finished it and I was it's another Tales game that I beat. That's the only other Tales game I actually beat. I like them, but I stopped playing them after a point. Except for Tales of Arise, which I'm gonna dive back in and like really try to beat this one because it's very good music wise. I think it's the best one of the new genre of Tales. The Tales of
Oh yeah.
Symphonia holds a place in my heart. Yeah,
my
damn game
Always.
cursed.
my
It's yours.
favorite Tales game was Tales of the Abyss.
That's the one that came out on the
PS2.
Yeah.
PS2 one. I
That's the
gotta see what it
OG
looks like.
shit.
I mean, it
I gotta
has
see
the
what that.
it has the cliche tales of whatever, but like some of the I like the characters.
Oh,
in it.
that one. I know that one.
I like the
Yeah, yeah,
characters
yeah.
a lot more
That's an
than I've liked
OG.
in some of the
Yeah.
other Tales
I
games.
had it on a 3DS. I tried to beat it. It lost my
Yeah,
attention
that
this
one came
point
up.
down the line. I'm gonna be honest. Because it was a point of like a repetitive thing that was just like they could fix that and it would just be perfect. But they didn't. Also, you know, it's another good one too. Of
What was the one that came out on the PS4? That one was pretty decent.
Berseria or Zestria? No,
Yeah.
Berseria.
There you
Yeah, but serious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm in this boat of what is Tales, y'all? Y'all are talking about
Uh,
this. I don't know where we're at. And
Tales
for the
of
viewers who might not know, let me get a description of what we got going
That would
on
be
here.
nice.
Tales is there are a whole bunch of, and they are RPG. And like me and homie was saying, that they become repetitive because the story is almost the same every time.
Okay.
Different characters, maybe something that adds to it to make it better or worse. So it's always about two people, the heroes of light, but not Final Fantasy heroes. Like there's good on this part of the earth of the world. There's this part of the world. So it's like in the Marvel world, there's world 301 and 302X, right?
Sure.
So it's like that. And so there's a tree. There's the holy tree that's in almost every RPG you will ever play. There's a holy tree. There's
that's that
whatever.
Yggdrasil shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's
There you
been
go.
like history
Yeah.
forever,
all
right?
Yeah.
the
Good,
way
bad,
back-
and your
All
balance.
the way,
That goes to mana.
exactly.
All the way
Yes.
back in mana.
Yes. So therefore, the point is, one side says destroy it, the other one you're supposed to save it. Then there's this one guy that you thought was your people's that's actually the villain of all villains and destroys it anyhow. And then you both meet each other, and now y'all have to work together to beat the boss. And you like every game, you be like, I love this, but I'm getting over this shit.
That was good too, just like the others. I wonder if the
Yeah.
next one will also be that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think Tales of Arise is probably the better one of all of both. Of the new ones, Tales of Arise is beautiful. It plays right. It has good voice acting. It has a lot of good features in there. I'm like, and the story's pretty deep. Now, other RPGs, I'm really into like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, another one. I love Dragon Quest. I beat 8. That was the first Dragon Quest I beat. That shit took 123 hours. Overtime. I have a life still. We're not doing it. That's when I was really rollerblading at the time. I was blading at the time, but
we're gonna dive into all
I
that.
did that.
Yeah, I
Word.
can't wait to get.
We're gonna
to
get
that
into that
too. We
So,
gonna get that. It's gonna
It
be
was
great.
Tales. It was Dragon Quest 8 and 9. 9 came out on the 3DS. That was the one that had multiplayer. So me and my friend, we used to play that a lot. So I beat that one, but I didn't beat the story after because every Dragon Quest game you play, you beat, there is always more story. It's like a whole nother like 30 hours to the game. You're like
A whole
120 to get to 30.
As soon
Like,
as
come
you
on.
get some bullshit size something, and it's like, all right, let's go do this.
Yeah.
bro.
And we never got 10. We never got 10 in America. That was the MMO one. We never got it. Apparently we're getting it, but we're still probably not getting it in America, even for the single player version. Then we got 11. I loved 11. Oh man. I beat
I've
that
never
on the
gotten
3DS.
into a Dragon Quest game.
So
Nah.
I'm gonna come out of left field here and say my favorite Dragon Quest game was actually the Dragon Quest Joker games.
Oh, yeah. That's the ones where you like kind of like you catch a monster and you use them to work with you. Yeah.
Like a
Those are
mix of,
pretty
like,
good.
Monster Rancher and Pokemon.
It was totally that. It was totally that. And you can take some and fuse them together to make better ones and all that. Yeah, it was good. I had it. I don't think I ever beat it, but I definitely.
It's a fucking
made a second
Sonic
one.
Adventures 2.
Yeah. Yo, RPGs is life, man. Yo, like for real, like we got to go back to the old ones. So like Chrono Trigger, one of the best of all times.
It loves me some
Secret, was it Secret of Mana, right?
Secret of Mana, which is where the whole Yggdrasil thing originated from. That everyone else has been taking forever.
That's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, and then like Final Fantasies, but like Bravely Default's another good one.
What was your favorite Final Fantasy? Because I know they had a lot of them.
4 and
6.
Yeah, why were you drawn to 4 and 6?
4, Cecil all day. That's where you got the Dragon Knight. That's the one where
those are fucking 8-bit versions.
Yo,
the 8-bit versions were my favorite. Are you kidding me? Playing that shit on PS1, that was so good.
The stories are deep. The stories are intense.
Yeah,
like 4 was with Cecil, so he was a Dark Knight that turned to a Paladin. His brother was actually the villain, but he wasn't the major villain. And then you have one of your boys, he was like a dragoon, and he would he had an attack. Yeah, okay. And he would jump up in there and dive down and stab you with the harp. Oh my god, it was and then 6
an 8-bit version, it was just like beep, beep,
yeah.
Yo,
I played it was wild, but I played part 4 on the first time I ever played 4 was on a DS when it came out 3DS.
Like some
and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I did 3. I like 3, but 3 never really caught me. It's a great game, but it's no characters that you can get attached to.
Yeah.
So that's why 4 was it, because 4 had Cecil. Cecil's a great story.
Was
after press, but it was good.
Was 6
Terra.
the Esper chick?
Yes. That was a red mage right there. Terra. Yo, that story is wow. The music is amazing. All the way, the music is so beautiful. I listened to that just a few days ago. And the villain in there, Kefka, probably one of the darkest, wildest villains ever, and that's Joker. That is Joker.
That's dope.
But like to an extent of worse than the Joker. Joker has nothing on it.
Sure. See, those games, I feel like Final Fantasy was my first introduction to being catfished. Because they had those badass cutscenes that were so like, how this is a game? What? No fucking way! Like the suit, yeah, they straight up had true movie cutscenes, and I hadn't really seen that in games before, right? I had never had anything to associate with that. So to me, when I saw those cutscenes and like trailers for it and stuff, I was like, what the fuck? These are the most amazing graphics I've ever seen in my life. And then I played the game, and it's a little 8-bit game, and I was still fucking with it. It was still amazing, but I was like, this is just the cutscene. Oh, okay. So before I ever knew what catfishing was, that was my experience with it.
Right. But have y'all played Persona?
Oh, Persona is amazing. Persona 4 great game.
Golden. I love that game. That was so beautiful. I got 5.
Better than 5. I think 4.
Yeah, well, I have 5. I'm gonna dive into it soon on PC.
5's really good though. 5's really
I have 3 and 4, but I don't have 5.
Which 3 do you have?
I don't fucking know. I never played the 3. Somebody got me 3 and 4. I played 4. It was fucking amazing. But
what did you play 3 on? What was it on?
No, I never played it.
You never played it. You have it. But what do you have it for?
Steam. It's PC.
Oh, okay. So you have Persona 3 Portable, which is the PSP version.
That one.
I have it too. Yeah, because in the actual story, the PSP version added the girl to it. The original one does not have the girl.
Heard.
I see.
Now, I'll tell you one thing about this game. Make sure to do good in school. Make sure to talk to people and go to sleep. And use the bathroom. It affects your whole gameplay.
Use the bathroom, go to school, talk to people, and go to sleep, y'all. Yep. These are the tips and tricks. You heard it right here from StelioKontos.
Yes, yo, I'm telling you, if you don't, a lot of the stuff is not going to work out. Because you got to be a social butterfly in this game.
Sure.
So, it's one of those.
Did you ever touch Final Fantasy Tactics?
Oh,
Tactics A. I had Tactics A on a Game Boy Advance SP.
One of my favorite games.
I love that one.
Game Boy one.
And I love that one. I never got to beat it because there was an item I needed to get, and I was near the end of the game, and it just was not giving me that item. It was so random.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, why? A2, I played a very little bit. I regret not really diving. And then honestly, I really want Tactics when they come out.
I'm talking about the PS1.
The PS1 version? No, and that's the one I want to play. So I heard it's one of the best.
Well, they re-released it, right? Isn't the like Lionheart or whatever? That is
Battle of the Lions.
Very fucking good game. Really good game.
That's the PSP port, but it also had additional stuff added into it.
Yeah.
You can have Cloud on your team from Final
Fantasy. It is fire. That game is amazing.
You can have like
I slept on
Soldier 7 or something like that from 6.
Yeah.
That's on like my top 10 favorite games of all time list. Is this what one more time, Schalke? Lion what?
Tactics Battle of the Lions.
Battle of the Lions. Yeah, that's the one. That's
War of the Lions. War of the
Lions. That's what it is. War of the Lions. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Blow my mind because
like, Ogre.
I used to mess with old school tech. I didn't play the old school one, but I played the port that came over to the Game Boy.
Okay.
For anybody who is listening, real quick, for anybody who is listening that doesn't know what we're talking about port-wise and stuff. So one thing that you can do with games, it's a really great thing, is if they come on a console and you want to play it on a different console, i.e. the PC, a lot of times you can get a port for it. So that is basically the game on a different console, but made into you being able to play it on a different one. So my experience here, for example, is me playing ported games on the PC. So PSP games, the PlayStation Portable, I was playing on the PC. That's a ported game. Go on ahead there, Teddy.
No, I was saying, y'all breaking my heart because there's all these amazing games being announced and shit, but I'm like, why is my man Titus, Yuna, and Riku not getting no love? Because like Final Fantasy X was fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? 10 is great. 10 got hard. Like I got to a point, I was super stuff.
Exactly. I
I'm
love
like,
everything
I feel
about
like I have to
10.
grind so much.
10 had an amazing story. 10 had an amazing character building. 10 had amazing Easter eggs and grinding late game points. 10 had amazing combat scenes and like they introduced this new turn system and everything. 10 had an amazing minigame in Blitzball, which I think still hasn't been beat to this day.
Hard. I like Blitzball, but that shit was hard.
That's what I'm saying. I like, yo, you could literally walk around town and be killing and doing the story mode and recruit somebody on your Blitzball team, like in the meantime. Like that, there's nothing that's ever been like that implemented into some Final Fantasy shit. And like, yo, nobody be giving 10 any love, man. That shit breaks my heart every time. I'm like, 10 was so great, bro.
I'll sit here and talk to like hardcore Final Fantasy players, and they'll be like, "Oh, the worst Final Fantasies ever." We're like 10 and 12.
I can see what I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people are not gonna like me for this and not care because I'm older than you. I don't care. I didn't think it's the greatest game. It's a good game, and playing the new one made me go a newfound like for the game and respect. But I'm like, I can understand like the big deal why it wasn't that great because, like I said, I came from the era of 1 through. So you gotta forgive me for not caring just because it got great graphics. Doesn't mean it's a great story. Dude was emo. I was like, yo, why are you so sad, bro? Like, chill out. And now I'm like, oh, I see why you sad now. Got you. But it's good.
What was it? What game you were talking about?
Oh, which one?
You just said that the dude was emo, and then you understood why.
Oh, Cloud 7.
Oh, Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud wasn't in shit.
Yeah, Cloud was he was very depressed.
But even then, right?
Jesus Christ, bro.
So was Titus and shit, right? And like, oh, my daddy, I want to be like my daddy, and all this Jack stuff, and trying to hit the shot and all that.
Now, yo, that story was
now
wild.
The difference was fucking like fucking Cloud was this little 2-bit, you know what I mean? And like Titus was like an actual character that we could fucking see, and like yo, that's what I'm saying. Like 10 was so revolutionary. It was right before they started this 3D no turn bullshit, which I think is what killed it for me. I really enjoyed it.
I like the turn-based shit.
I enjoyed going to sleep.
I think 14 is the closest way we get to turn-based.
Yeah.
I feel like 14 is the only way we're gonna get turn-based.
Now my shit was I enjoyed
right?
MMO joint, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like the fucking WoW shit.
Yo, that's deep. That's deep.
I actually have characters made on 14. I've played through 14.
I've tested it. I've never been able to dive. My thing is I play too much RuneScape and WoW, bro. So it's like I can't. It's hard for me to commit to something else.
Blood.
You did?
Yeah, I got the Stormblood.
I got a friend that has so much work to that game. Oof. Oh my god!
Yeah, I got a couple homies that
I tried. Yo, I would have played, but I'm like, I don't feel like I have to. I don't do. I like them, but I don't think I can do.
It's just something else for me to grind, bro. Like I said, I'm way beyond over the ledge with RuneScape and World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
For me to try to dive into a third one, it's like.
And I know you play a lot of League.
Exactly. That's not even including the League game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
My lady's gonna really be mad,
grind.
bro.
All you do is play games that grind.
Like
League's a different type of grind, but still a grind. RuneScape's a grind.
Man,
WoW's a grind.
I would love like even the Elder Scrolls shit. I wanted to get into all of that stuff, man. I got to a point where I'm just like, I'm already grinding for gear and shit over here. Gotta kind of keep it in one spot, bro. Like it's rough, man.
I want to, but I don't have the time because I like too many games.
Exactly, dude.
I love Monster Hunter. That's another one of mine.
Yo,
Monster Hunter,
the first one since the PS2.
Monster Hunter crazy.
Yeah. Monster Hunter is wild. We got to do something with that. I played with Wings before. We did it when it first came out on PC.
Yeah.
I put a lot more time on the Switch.
I have Rise on Steam.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna be talking.
We'll be talking.
Because I want to grind it and I want to get further in that one too.
I'm a Charge Blade main. My buddy Knight of Salt, I got him into it. He's been messing around with the hammer.
Yeah. Long sword. I was using Switch X a little bit, and I used to use Great, and I can use a little bit, but gunland.
Hey, as long as you're not twin blading or bowing, we're fine.
Anybody
I don't want
that
you to be stunning me.
Yeah. Now, if you're a bow main, you better stay your distance. Don't come close.
And don't
You can
use
do all
those
your
cattle
damage from there.
chops. Don't use those cattle chops, because if I'm standing under the monster whacking it, and all of a sudden I'm getting staggered underneath.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no, it sounds like the bow is not the way to go, y'all. It sounds like the bow is not how it is
No, because
here.
I'm a
I don't know.
twin
No, don't get me wrong. No, people that are bow players that really know how to play, that are bow players, they can really play.
Yeah,
It's like, you have, what's the other weapon that I never like to use? The hunting horn. That's just to help people with stats. But people play with that weapon too.
Old school hunting horn was a whole different beast than new school.
Yeah.
Horn. World reworked the hunting horn. Horn, you used to have a cheat sheet. You would be in mid fight and you would be like, all right, let me bring up my menu. Okay, so that's what my cheer chart is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then you would have to go into it, and then you'd be like, all right, what's the next buff? Pause.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
So you would just see the hunting horn user sitting off in a corner somewhere because they're looking at their menu, looking at the button inputs they had to do to use their cheers.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
that
when you
game
gotta
is
get a
wild. That's
little
fun.
sticky note and put it on your computer. There you go.
That's why they fixed it. World changed it. And I know you can agree with me. I feel like World held people's hands a lot more than regular.
Oh, 100%. They didn't originally even have Master Rank for World for the longest time. And I was
it was
like,
like G rank, right? It became
G rank.
Yeah.
Which isn't
what I
even
didn't
real Master Rank.
Yeah. Like they took paintballs away. Like before, when you play Monster Hunter 4 World, you had to do everything. Now you don't really have to do that much.
No,
like Rise kind of brought it back. Like you keep a whetstone with you for the whole game. You wasn't doing that after that. You had to find your own damn whetstones and collect them, and then you have a small one or you have a big one. You had the big one, you think your blade stays sharper longer. Then you had to throw paintballs on monsters to track them down. So for a good while, you are running around this damn map, not knowing where nobody is until they just there.
And if you did paintball, you better believe that monster, by the time you come back to, is back to full health.
Yep. And it was like, wait, what? Oh my God. It was so annoying. Like, and it wears off. So I would make sure in mid-fight, like if we're fighting with a group of people, I'm like, I'm throwing another paintball. Yo, I needed you to hit him. He's gonna change. No, not listening. Throw the paintball. Boom, boom. You throw one so you can get him to track him, and you run around like that.
Old school
and like
Monster Hunter, you didn't even have to worry about paintball. All you got was 4 lancers. Just got 4 lancers, and they just stun the head forever.
And that was the only
way. The only way to beat Fatalis, honestly, was just stun lock it with the lance.
Look at the game change. It's a lot. It changed a lot. I do like Rise better than I like World, right? Because of that. The part of making it too easy. Nino, I'm not gonna say the game was easy because it did get really hard. It's not that. It's just they held people's hands. So when Rise came up, people go, I don't like this game. This is whack, blah, 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 blah. And you'd be like, well, you never really played Monster Hunter in the first place. So what are you talking about? You started at World. You have no opinion of Monster Hunter in my life. I don't want to hear it. You have nothing to say to me.
That's how I feel. You ain't experience everything.
But Charge
For
Blade
real.
is a whole beast when it comes to the Monster Hunter, because it's like you rain Charge Blade, you micromanaging while you're fighting the entire time. Because you gotta get those, you gotta hit it to get files, put those files into your shield, put the files into your sword, and then you can go big boom.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
Yep.
That's dope, man. So what is your favorite game to stream?
My favorite game to stream? That has changed over time. Before it was always Street Fighter. And you remember it was like Tuesday fight night. We would do Tuesday fight night, and then Tuesday fight nights became almost every night because we was practicing for tournaments. just trying to get better.
You
right?
know why I love
So,
the fucking fight nights was because I didn't really play Street Fighter enough to have a ranking and nothing like that. So I used to pop in little bronze, whatever the fuck, and go against these people and actually get a win or two. You know what I mean?
and
Like
how many people? Yeah,
yo, and then
but
be
you never
like,
had
who
some,
the fuck?
but I be having some ill killers in
That's
there,
what
though,
I'm
right?
saying. It'll be like,
Yo.
yo, bro, after the first win I get, they'll really try hard and whoop my ass. But it was like
people will toy with you, but we had players. We like,
and I play the same shit.
People,
Ken all
yo,
day,
it's
100%
wild.
all day.
Hell yeah. We
Now,
used
are
to have
you
a lot
doing
of
this
fun
now?
with that.
Are you doing this
Oh
now?
no, I took a break from for a while. We can get into it. I'll tell you.
All right.
But I want to tell you like my favorite game right now.
I want to big up you real quick before you move on from this, but I
Mm.
will always say that when it came to the Street Fighter content and the fighting content, I always enjoy your custom lobbies and shit
Thank
like
you.
that. And even to
Thank
this
you. I
day, I
appreciate
never
it.
experienced that shit unless it came from you. You know what I mean? So thank you
Thank
for
you,
hosting
because
them
I will
shits.
bring it back. Don't worry, it will be back.
Because I
Oh,
know
yeah.
this
It will
6
be
about to
back.
pop off, and I still
Yeah,
Y'all
got
heard
we
it
about
here
to, yo.
first.
I
It's
heard
about to
Ken
come
is in
back.
6. I'm just
Yo,
saying.
with 6, because I played that beta, and I'm like, oh man, oh, I got it. Since we talking about fighting games, because I think Street Fighter is my favorite game to stream. But lately, like if I do it now, I'm gonna be doing horror games and a lot of the other games I have.
What
So,
horror games?
that's that.
What horror games you messing with right now?
Callisto Protocol and Dead Space.
Yeah,
Also, because I have a Steam Deck, right? So I find myself playing on there a lot more.
And
yeah.
I have somebody, by the way, a little bird who really wants to hear a lot more about that Steam Deck and how that shit works,
all
that
that.
experience.
We gonna dive
I will
into
explain
that.
all that. But like I be playing on it. I play like One Piece, Odyssey.
Yes.
And I'm impressed. It's in like an old school RPG. I like it. I really do. So I'm playing that. But like Street Fighter is always gonna be that. It brings people and we talk about the game. You got a lot of the people that I play with that are like got so much better than what they have ever been, or they was like always good, and it just helps me get better. And it made me switch up characters. And then like he knows, but y'all don't know. I play stick. I play traditional arcade stick, but I've changed my style. So I'm gonna show you my stick.
Yo.
I have 2.
Yo. Ain't a stick no more. This shit is weird. I don't know how.
So no, hold up. First off, the stick.
That's the OG.
Oh, wait. Yeah, because of the stupid name. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go like that. Boom.
Yep.
There you go.
So this is my arcade stick, right?
Look at that. Look at that face.
Yeah.
For those who can't see, a stick. Wow, he's got this big. It's basically a big boy with some.
This is classic.
Yes.
And I did the custom buttons.
Gorgeous, y'all.
And the stick, I did the stick. I placed the stick and the buttons because I don't like what was in it originally, the stock stuff, and I changed it. This is a Korean lever, like the stick itself. This is a Korean lever, right? So this is like how the Koreans play. It's way looser, unlike a regular American stick, right? And the wiring to do it, you have to know shit. You can't plug it in and go, all right, everything is up, down, left, right. With this one, I had to literally match the colored wires to the different things, and it doesn't show it on. And that's how you find out your left, right. Oh, I've changed my style of play.
Hell yeah.
I still play this one.
Bro.
And now I got a new thing. I got a hitbox. Not the little one. You seen that one. But I got a new one, boy. This one right here.
Let me see what you got.
I got a bigger one. Victrix, right? This is called a hitbox. This is the Victrix hitbox.
To check the YouTube.
Let me see if it matches the color. It won't even show you the color. Yeah,
this is big. Oh, yeah.
Boy, this is a beefy piece of equipment right here.
Yeah. Let me see. Maybe I could.
Yo, let me.
Like I love that.
There's no analog.
I think it's like
pay attention.
Size.
Pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
No, there's no analog.
Like I play this way. This is no stick. This is all buttons. I'm learning this, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this shit is not easy. It's not easy.
But so why would you play with that? Is it just for fun, or is there some benefit there?
There's a lot of benefit, but I play this way because, like, first off, like I said a long time ago, I want to just to see, because they say a little more precise when you play like charge characters, right? Because it's just buttons. So you left, right, boom, you're in it, right?
Boom.
But on top of that, I just wanted to give it a go. So I did buy a smaller version just to say, let me see if I could do it. And you know what was crazy? I picked up okay, I think I could do this better. No background at all. Now you can see it. All right.
This almost looks like an extra large printer, y'all, with no inner outlet for paper.
Pro. This is the Victrix Pro, I think. FS14. This is one of the first controllers that's like, arcade stick wise or hitbox. They can play on the PS5. Plays on the PS5, PS4, PC. Right? I have a thing that can make it play on the Switch also, and another dongle that can make it play on.
Purple?
Huh? This is purple. Yeah, baby.
I love purple.
They had a white one. I was like, the white one's a little too. It looked like it'd get dirty too quick.
That's I'm about to say. That should take half a day, and that shit black.
Yeah, but it's got some weight. But this is thick. There we go.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. This is the anniversary, alpha look.
Yo,
that's so dope.
These are game finger buttons, and this is a Korean lever.
I can tell even just when you click on that how like nice and satisfying those buttons are.
It's not a boy.
Yeah, I can see it, y'all. This looks clean. This looks clean. Yeah. These button depresses look good. Yeah. and I saw that other thing that you had, the bigger thing, the purple one. You had 12 buttons on there. All right. Yeah. So he had 5 set up for his left hand. So he goes like
for the left hand is 3.
Okay.
So it's like punch. It's like left, down, right, and then that big button at the bottom is a jump button. Okay, so you gotta understand this on the hitbox. Those are all 24 millimeter buttons, except for the one big button, which is a 30 millimeter. Okay, now I have this thing called a Snack Box Micro. I also use this, but remember I had the black one. I changed it and I bought this one. So this is the mini version,
little mini,
and this is the Evo edition. So like I said, these buttons is your movement. This is your jump button.
Yep.
And this is all your regular buttons. Now this one works almost on every.
So you move it only 3? How? How do you go?
Well, no, because it's.
How do you back down?
Left.
You don't need to move down.
Right.
You just need up, down.
This is down.
Yeah.
This is your down. This is your down button.
Oh, you do need.
This is your up. Yeah, you do. Because I can actually I can SPD. I can do 360s with Zangief.
Oh.
So, but I can't 720. This is why I had to drop him for a while. Because I was like, I'm kind of getting back into competing, so I need to kind of like work on something. So I picked up E-Honda. I picked up E-Honda, and I picked up Bison, but I dropped Bison because I feel like, well, if you play the story of Street Fighter 5, he's dead. You're playing a ghost. You're not even playing Bison. Okay, he's gone, done, it's over. So since he's not going to be in 6 is my assumption, I decided I'm gonna just stick with Honda, and I'm gonna learn how to play Honda because you can do like quarter circle move. Now, I see Teddy over there going, "What the fuck? How's he doing?"
Teddy's brain over here.
I'm trying to think how the fuck I'm thinking like how do I go in and out?
What you do for like a 360, you have to like when you go like that with that and that at the same time. So it's like.
So this man, y'all, Stelios has his little gamepad up. It's I don't know, maybe half the size of a keyboard. He's got both his hands on it, and he's showing what buttons to press. It looks so complicated.
There's
you know what's crazy?
Just to move.
Once you understand left and right, there's no thought pattern. Now the part that makes it a thought pattern is when you're trying to jump, like jump right, jump left. You know what I mean?
Right. You got to do those 2 little quick exchanges
at the same time.
Yeah.
But let me tell you. Make you get quicker inputs for a lot of moves you can't do. Like I don't have to do a traditional Shuriken like for King, like the Dragon Punch. I don't have to do a traditional to do it. I just go forward, down, forward, or like together. Boom, it comes out.
Just
now.
That's what I was
and Hadouken and Hadouken is down forward instead of a whole circle motion or your thumb going like that. So you just boom, and then that's it. It's like playing on the piano a little bit. Can't play piano, but this is really fun, really challenging, and it's something you really have to acquire like feeling for. You're not just gonna jump into it and just unless you really got a genius mind that plays like
I do have a question about
I want to try that shit.
Meta. How good is Jury right now?
Jury just won Austin.
Because I messed around. There was an arcade Street Fighter 4 that was at this one place.
It's a problem.
And I used to mess around on it. I didn't really play competitively or anything like that. Me and a bunch of guys jumped on, and we were just like, we've never played this. Let's mess around on it. And I saw Jury. And I was like, oh, I want to play that chick.
No, Jury tough. She just won Frosty Faustings, I think, tournament, right? Shout out to Just a Kid for winning that because I was very shocked. I'm very happy that he won that. And he got a mean jury, and the jury is gonna be in 6, and jury in 6. Wow, I think I won probably like 2 sets against a jury player. Then they just ate me alive. And because of the beta, I played, which you would think I would run through that whole board because it's a beta for a few hours, for like 2 days, right? I kind of just picked up Gaio and Jamie, and that was it. And I like Gaio in this one. Like I like Gaio so much that I think I'm gonna play him when he drops.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody, we're going to do a little check-in right now. We're at our 1 hour mark. So typically when we get to our 1 hour, we take just a short little break, take care of any drinks, any restroom stuff, or anything else that needs to be done. Of course, for anybody who doesn't need to do that, there's still going to be sitting here chilling, but we'll get back to like this more focused content here in just a few minutes. All right, everybody? I'll be right back.
Yo, Stelio, I sent you a friend request on Discord.
Okay, got you. Yo, I'm gonna you know what I'm gonna do, which I didn't do. I'm dumb for this. Should have jumped on one of the Twitches, put the volume down, and just watch so I can answer questions with everybody, right? That shit is what.
But nah, I
got you
because that way I can hit you up with my Steam ID or whatever, and we can.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm excited. I really want to play with people.
Like, I love Monster Hunter. Like every new game that comes out, I will continue to play. I played the original on PS2. I skipped a few. I played Unite. I never beat any of them, mind you. I just played them because I was real young. I played the one on the PSP for a little bit. I got to play that for a little bit. Was that Try? I think it was Monster Hunter Try. But I got really big into Monster Hunter during the 3DS. I was playing Monster Hunter Generations 4. Which was
Generations 4 was okay.
One Gore Magnolo got introduced into, and then I played and beat that. I played with my brother and his friend, and they're like 9 years older than me, and they used to play online with Monster Hunter regular and all that stuff.
So what about Devil Joe? One of the scariest monsters of all time.
I love Devil Joe, but the pickle doesn't scare me.
Yo, Devil Joe gets his own music. He's so elite. He gets his own music in a game. Like
a giant pickle.
Yo, for real.
It's a giant pickle.
I'll be like, I swear to God, I'll be like, why does this thing exist? Like
it's weird.
And he's a bully. Isn't he a bully though?
Yes, he's just straight bully. He's just like Raging. Like I was telling my dude, like, nah, don't mess with the Great Ape because he just throws hand and mess you up.
Yep. Yo, and that's like Vegeta. Raging is complete Vegeta. All hands down.
I'm like, the fact that Raging can just like 1v1 an Elder Dragon and isn't an Elder Dragon as well, like just mess Kurans up and just eats Kurans because they can. It's hilarious to me.
Yo,
there was a one stage that I never. This is one stage I never forget. And you play, and it was it's like 2 Ragings together. I hate that one. Like I hate that. I hate it so bad. It's not even funny.
But I do have Sunbreak, so I have the DLC as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, yo, I won Sunbreak for the PC and these headphones on Twitter.
That's fire.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I bought the DLC the day before I won. I was so mad, so I gave it to a friend of mine. You see, Rated T for Tim's in your stream right now. I gave it to him.
Dude, that's fucking official.
But
that's my bro.
I'm not sure how far you were into Rise, or if you have to restart from 0. If you have to restart from 0, that's fine.
No. Rise, I am not like for PC. I'm like probably I'm not even a high HR. But on PC, but on Switch, I'm like 90 something, almost 100. But I want to play my PC version a lot more. I want to see it on ultra wide and really enjoy it for what it's worth.
Yeah, you got that new ultra wide
just
monitor.
Hit me up and I'll we'll play some games for sure.
There
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the homie Schalke right there, man.
Oh, dude, y'all are some cool dudes. I know Teddy for a minute, but y'all some cool
Yes,
cats. I
sir.
like it.
Yo, this dude right here, Mr. Drip himself, Shield going. When it comes to this
I
League of
know.
Legends stuff,
Swag dripping, right?
yo,
He came in here smiling, swag dripping. I was like, whoa, he's too classy dripping right now.
I'm
every
gonna keep
day,
I'm gonna
son,
keep it
every
real
day.
clean, just like this. I played this game 12 years. I probably played with this man at least 10 of those years. All right, and
Okay.
exactly, like
Some good
right
stuff.
there in the rank
Word.
scene and the competitive stuff. Whenever it came down to like, I really need to win this game, that's the man I hit up and whatnot. So
Okay.
it's
All right.
beautiful that I can sit here and do this with him too, man. Because it's been a
some
long
good
time
stuff.
coming. I remember telling him like, "Yo, I'm pregnant, or we're pregnant with Ethan now. Ethan fucking 10 years old, crazy. It's like, yo, like we've been doing this shit a long time.
Okay, yeah, that is a long time.
And
Yeah,
coming
so
full
brother, way
circle
big.
now, right? So talking about your son Ethan, he's coming up on a couple years streaming, right? That's one thing he really wants to do. So that's bringing it back here to streaming.
Bro.
Like, it's a really wonderful thing seeing all these people new to the community, right? Myself included. I've been kind of sidelined for the past couple of years, really watching some stuff grow around me. It's been really, really quite magical, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know, that's a non-descriptive word overall, but it's been pretty freaking awesome.
It is, man.
And
It's an amazing thing, though. Don't get me wrong; it's really fun.
Bro.
So we've been
It can
talking
get
about these
stressful.
games. Well, that's exactly what I want to get to. So we've been talking about these games that you like and kind of like what you go to, what you prefer to stream, etc. But I want to talk a little bit more about streaming itself and your experiences there and outside, even outside of the gaming, right? So we got that context down. You kind of came in here for a second and say, there are some moments. There's some moments. They're not always the easiest. Whatever. What are some of those moments? What are some experiences you've had that have been kind of a challenge to get through? How did you get through it, etc.? I want to hear a little bit about this.
Good one. Well, okay, so I can give some of them. Like me, I could say when I used to stream in the beginning, like just learning how to get into it. Like I just dived into it and I was just doing certain basics, right? Then like one of my boys goes, "Yo, let me help you out." Boom, boom, boom. So I made things look better and I just wanted to improve. I would dive deep into holes of just figuring stuff out. And I would be stressed out when the game doesn't work. Like in the middle of a stream, yeah, we're gonna play some Guilty Gear Rev 2 tonight. And this shit don't want to work. And that was the whole plan for the night. Play that game. Or if I'm trying to play any random game, okay, Street Fighter.
Facts.
And all of a sudden, it just doesn't work. Or like when I got this new monitor, at the time I went from a 24 to 27-inch LG. When I put it on there, everything just blew up on the disc on the stream. So it was like things was bigger. And then the colors was off.
Oh no.
And I was like, what is going on? Why is this the only game giving me this problem? And I was like, that's all I want to play. I didn't want to play nothing else.
And you like midstream trying to make these adjustments and stuff.
Yeah, it took me a minute, but I got it together. There be those nights, I can admit there be those nights where it's a dry night and like we having our fun and then not too many people there, so I don't get so hyped and I'm like, I really can be going. I got work or whatever I got to do, and I fight. Sometimes I go, you know what? Let's just keep going. And if it gets to that point where it gets bad enough, I'm like, I'm over this. I'll put on a fighting game, or I'll put on maybe to wake me up. I'll play Tetris.
You play Tetris? Sure.
Yeah, I can play Tetris. Like me and my boy Rated T for Tim, we do Puyo Puyo Tetris too. You'll see one. It's pretty intense. It is intense.
Yeah, some intense Tetris play. I want to see that. I really want to see that.
Because shit's dropping like this.
Stressful as fuck.
Yeah. But like when it comes to that, I mean, I just try to keep motivation to do it. For a minute I did lose a drive. We was talking before, like I had death in the family, so it kind of like hit me hard. You know what I mean? So, like the point of when I was starting to like get into my good place. I was about to make that 500, and I was.
Oh, you cut out.
Like
yeah, you cut out there for a second. You hit your 500 and what?
Yeah, when I hit my 500, and I was like, "Yo, this is about to be that point." A couple things happened around then, and like my grandmother passed probably the week of me. Like I'm gonna do this, and so I was like, "Damn." So I was like, "I'm not gonna really stream this I'm gonna just play some games, do whatever. And then something else came up, and then I was like, then I tried, and then I made it, but it was just like that's when that motivation started to die.
Sure.
But I started really trying to get there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta push.
Always.
You gotta go. You gotta think about the future. Think about what you're trying to do with it. If you're trying to just have fun with it and not make anything out of it, then do whatever you feel that you must. Trying to make a out of it, you gotta grind hard. You have to be a people person. You can't be like a lot of streamers that is boring to just play a game. Nobody necessarily cares to see you play this game. They like it if you're good, and it's a nice thing. People want to see you. They want to know who you are. Why am I watching you? What makes you better than the next guy or next woman, you know what I mean? Or next whatever. Like, you gotta just do it. And you have to have a set game plan. Like, I don't see myself like blowing up, but if I do, I know what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? I'm at that point.
Hell yeah.
I just want to have fun. What I do with anything, because I don't have time like I used to. On you people, I am 41, so I still got other responsibilities. I got a whole house to worry about, a whole family to worry about, you know, stuff like that. So I'm like, I got the things I gotta do. You did?
Of course.
And that's where it comes down to. So me doing it, I do for the fun of it. And I took a break because my grandmother passed. I was like, we was taking care of my getting older and stuff like that. And he passed June. So therefore, like me streaming was like kind of hit me hard. I'll do it. And then I get home, I'm like, and then I go, you know, let me try this again. And then it goes back and forth. And then I'm working. So when I get home from work, I'll be tired. Before I'll be like, doesn't matter. I'm gonna do like 3 hours. I knock this out. We gonna do this, you know? So that's how that goes. But always just keep going. Push. Don't give up just because you don't have followers. People really go off the, oh man, I don't got no followers. Or do you ever see that thing of like some people post online, thank you for like following my stream need though I had no followers? Don't be pathetic. Don't be a sore loser. You're nobody. Nobody knows you. You should not just get a follower just to get a follower.
I think it's the comparison, right? I think comparison is such like that quote, comparison is the death of joy, right? Because like once you start comparing yourself to anything, any type of accomplishments, or you start minimalizing whatever you get done, where in reality you could still celebrate your homie getting 10 followers the same way you would your homie getting 1,000. It doesn't matter. They're both accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? And when you sit there and you just enjoy your milestones and enjoy your progress at your own rate, at your own pace, everybody has their own path. You enjoy it more. When you enjoy things, it naturally comes better rather than you sitting there comparing your progress to somebody else's stuff. You know, and that's when it will get really discouraging on yourself, and it could be really mentally exhausting.
So this brings up two points that I think are really nice to kind of sit on for a second. First off, like, just as you said, people aren't necessarily going to watch people play games, right? They're going to watch the person. They're going to watch what that person has to offer besides the game. When I'm looking at my own experience, the only person I have ever gone to watch their content who doesn't really talk and just plays the game is fucking Faker, who is historically one of the best known players in my chosen game that I've been playing for 10 years, right? And when you go and watch this man, he doesn't fucking talk. He might go, oh, that's it. The whole time. Like, he might do like one or two, oh, right? But watching him play,
if it comes to you not talking, I'm sorry, right? But if it comes to that means you have to be excellent at this game.
And he is. And that's what I'm saying. So
he's equivalent to
the only reason is he's the best, or has been known as the best in the world, right? And like over and over and over. He is the GOAT. Like if
you got those
talks
people
about
that
Faker,
don't stream with nothing.
Exactly.
You got those people that don't have no mic, no cam, and they play a game and they don't be good. I'm like, I'm not watching. You're not even good. Like you're just playing this game.
Sure.
I'm like, at least if you're not gonna have a cam, you better be able to talk. Sell
some,
yourself.
you know what I mean? Like, get
No,
a
hustle
little some
yourself.
juice in there.
Unless you are godlike in the game, then you better start talking because nobody cares.
Yep. So
I'm being honest.
apart from Faker, every other person I watch, I fuck with, I follow, I listen to, are all people who talk a lot.
Yeah.
They're all people who
Yeah.
talk a lot, and their personality shows on their sleeve,
Yes.
and they interact with their viewer. Like all of
Or
these
if you
things
had
are
some kind
huge
of like
parts.
life interaction with said
Yeah.
person or something.
That's
like
the
that.
only thing
Because
I'm looking for most part. Like
Yeah.
I said, Faker is the exception. It's like,
Mhm.
all right, cool. Well, you're
actually
Faker, so that's allowed.
showed this to Shield going the other day. We went through my YouTube and I'm like, literally everybody I'm subscribed to,
Yup.
I can sit here and say I've
I
had a
mess with.
conversation or I've known this person,
Yeah.
and that's literally all that pops up my feed. I enjoy watching my
100%.
homies' content. I get content is great elsewhere. I'm not taking nothing away from nobody else, but I enjoy the fact when I can see something and be like, "Oh shit, that's my dude!" Like I know he made this. You know what I mean? Like,
Word.
and
they're
it's
all right
fucking
now.
amazing.
Fuck
Like,
around.
oh my god, bro, that shit makes me so fucking like it's
Yup.
satisfying. You know what I mean? Like I love seeing
Yeah.
that shit. And
That's
So
true.
then,
Also, another thing, and one more rule that I have to add.
100%.
This is the one major rule. If you are on playing your game and you have your friends in your background, or you on Discord with them, two things: have them on that mic. Make sure they know not to do certain things. You know what I mean? And other thing, don't just talk to your friends in your game while you're
Interact with chat.
playing and streaming. Interact with your chat.
Yeah.
Your friends
No,
is there.
seriously, you need to, man. You need
Yo,
to.
that'd be killing me. Like I noticed that from a lot of people I know. Not calling nobody out, but I always tell them and tell people, you better talk to the people. Your friends is always going to be there. You talk just to make certain points, or y'all all have a joke that everybody needs to hear. Don't make your whole stream about you talking to them, because you can get off a stream and just talk to them. That's nothing.
Sure. So now
Alright.
going back again to kind of where this point started, talking about difficult, challenging experiences with streaming, staying on it, how to keep yourself, how to get audience to actually sit around and watch you and enjoy you. And when I'm looking at your TikTok, you said it was June last year that this stuff started happening. Yeah. So when I go back and I look at your TikTok, I can see that it lines up, not just with like dates, but when I watch like the 3-4 TikToks leading right up to that, you can tell the energy is kind of getting a little bit lower. You can tell something's going on. Can't tell what it is, of course, but there's something there. And then when you come back, like 3, 4, or 5 months later, you can see there's a little bit more energy there. All right. Some things got taken care of. I can see he's a little bit brighter. Some things are going well. Like all those things show. You talk about the grind. You're talking about needing to stick to it. I agree with that entirely. But I also feel like it comes at a point where you took a break, and probably for the best, right? Because if what you're going to be producing isn't something that is going to either be
And why do it at all?
engaging or then like what is the point of it? I understand like you're going through that experience that can be good, gaining experience, you're learning stuff, etc. But if what you're
I
producing
would
is
say
the
the
things that people
people,
want to
just to
see,
answer the question really fast.
Yeah.
the people is
Totally.
always
And then the
worth it.
people want to, and like, I feel like I'm not trying to be on here and just be depressed. That's not my
Sure.
goal. My goal is to have fun and make sure you have fun. Like we all doing this together. You part of the squad, part of the fam. We're gonna have a drink together.
Let me
We're
ask
gonna
y'all
do
a
this, we're gonna do
question,
that.
right? Because
You know
y'all
what I mean?
all here content creators, right? Including Shao, Shield, Gorn, Stelio, everybody here, right? I understand the numbers game could be a very detrimental thing. It could really fuck with your mental,
that can mess with
all
people
that,
too.
right? But time out, right?
with me.
Let's say period that you have 1 or 2 people, just fuck how many, whatever hundreds of thousands of followers you got. You got 1 or 2 people that you that can really sit there and say, me meeting this person or me crossing paths with this person really affected my life for the better and changed my life for the better. That right there overvalues whatever number you hit. You get what I'm saying? And I could sit here and say, especially huge shout outs to Bomb on Top and everything I had with them, that I was able to touch a lot of people around the world, bro, and really sit there and help these people get through really tough times in their life. And regardless of whatever numbers I ever hit in this whole journey, the fact that we was able to sit there and do that for people fucking overrules any type of number that you see. And that's what always keeps me doing it, because I'm like, regardless of, even if we making any type of money off of this shit, even if we get any type of exposure off of this shit, I can sit here and be like, cool, some dude from Mexico, some dude from Australia, some dude from Colorado, some dude from fucking Ohio, all got affected by something that, you know, we did. Even if it was just playing a game, even if it was just kicking in Discord one night, whatever the fuck it was, bro. The fact that we had an impact in his life was worth it. All this shit. You know what I mean? So I think just holding on to that, like that shit, you ain't even gotta worry about the numbers no more. I don't even sit there and try to worry about promote numbers or try to even go crazy with the like. We vibing, bro. People know who we are.
You know what? I still do the numbers game with some of my friends because we're just very competitive and I had with everything.
You got to.
Like and literally, when I started streaming, one of my cousins had like 350 followers. I was like, I'm gonna beat him. And I told him, I'm gonna beat you, and I'm new,
what I'm saying.
And I'm gaining traction very fast.
It gives you
I told him I'm gaining traction fast, B. I'm about to pass you. He said, nah, you ain't passing me. I said, all right. And I passed. Bam. And I'm like, I surpassed him by a whole other 300. So I'm like, what up now, son? You know what I mean? But it's really about the people that's there. Like you can gain a lot of people. That don't mean everybody's gonna engage in them.
Exactly.
You know, that comes with
have 1,000, bro. It's really
that completely comes with time. Like my goal is to get there. I probably, if I would have kept going on without, you know, a lot going on, I'd be close to there now because of what I do. But I'm like, it's all right. Now I just want to make content. I just want to play video games with people and do other stuff. Now, when you're ready, you can ask that question what I'm trying to do, besides just the gaming, because I know my attention span has changed.
See that?
Like, I would say because of like just the streaming, like the gaming, it gets dry sometimes for me now. Like I love it, but I'm like,
is it like the games you're playing? Is it what part gets dry about the streaming?
No, it gets dry because it's time. Like, I really want to focus and have the time to do it on a stream. I want to play a game and kind of get through it without explaining or looking at it and having to talk to people while playing the game all the time. There's time I'm just like, I want to play this game. Leave me the hell alone. I'll be on it. I will talk to you about stuff. Like I'm not being mean to nobody because that's not me. But I will talk to everybody, you know, while we're doing that.
Wow.
But I'll be like, I really just like if I'm playing a fighting game and I'm getting serious in a match, don't expect me to talk. Expect me to focus on that match. Or if I'm playing a Monster Hunter, we're close to beating a monster that's really intense. I don't want to talk. I want to finish this. Or like a heavy RPG with a story. You know what I mean? But I also want to do other things because I like food. I'm a foodie at heart. I like to cook when I can. I'm inspired when I want to be, but I get on the grill. I'm mean on the grill.
Have you done any?
So I like to do that stuff. So I want to go do food reviews like before. I started doing food reviews during iPhone 4 days when Instagram kind of was new. So honestly, I know this sounds conceited to some people, but I don't care. I started that shit. I was doing that on Instagram before people were doing. I would take pictures of food and talk about what I ate.
Everybody was doing hashtag TBTs.
Yeah. Yo, remember when it first came out? People weren't doing none of that. It was a little more artsy. It wasn't even like what it is now. It was artsy and different things, and then food would come up, but nothing like that. Like I was like, I'm going out to eat here. Click, take a picture of that. Take a picture of this beer. Take a picture of this burger. Talk about it a little bit, and then I would be on Yelp and make a lot of reviews on Yelp. Then I stopped doing that, and then I would throw it on Facebook, and then people go, "Yo, I want to go to that place he was talking about. Where is it at?" Boom, 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 boom. I was doing that, making followers on Yelp. Like what? I had Yelp followers. What?
We was popping on Yelp. You heard?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I love it, but I gotta find that. The gaming is nice, but I want to address topics, not political really, but just talk about. Like I want to do these like just in real life streams and just talk about gaming and where the industry is going and
definitely
that. I gotta find certain people to do that with because I don't want to say false. You know what I mean? I'm not, and I don't want to receive.
You don't want to what?
not every like so you know how, like when you're streaming, I don't want to sit here and research while I'm doing that for everything. I do it for a little bit, and like I'll have somebody there that can back up like what I'm saying. I'll go, nah, you're wrong. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little stream of chat minions could be pretty helpful for some of that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Chat, tell me this thing. I don't know. Help.
But you know, it's crazy. A lot of the games that I play, there's not chat. Chat help me out. There's a lot of, what's that? Yeah, I get a lot of that. Like Teddy, you've been in a couple of my streams. But like, what are you playing? What's that? I never heard of that. Like I was playing the Switch game called
I was just
Okinawa
telling that to
Rush.
Shauka the other day, bro.
It's like,
and
yo, like it's lit.
I think this part I wanna point it out because this applies. So I think everybody that plays wonky type or not necessarily third party games, right? When I'm lurking, me as a viewer, now this is my opinion. This is take it a grain of salt. I really would like to understand the game without having to ask, right? I'm always gonna ask because that's just me, but not everybody has the ability to ask. They'll kind of be on the shy end, but they don't really know what's going on. I would love to sit there and for you guys to explain, like even if it's like, hey, look, should I open this door? I'm opening the door. Oh shit, dude pops out from the door, like just dumb shit like that. Explain what the fuck going on in the game because I really be intrigued and understand and like into the content, but I don't know what the hell going on in these games.
Yeah, that's true. I try to do that. When I do play games, I do try to do that. Especially like when I play like platformers or like kind of like old school looking games with 2D platformers. I go, which way to go? Or like if I'm playing like a certain RPG or whatever, which way you want me to go?
Especially like
or
RPGs,
like a puzzle wise.
MMOs.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10 RPGs, I control my own destiny in that. I don't need your opinions, but I'll
That's what I'm saying. But even in those games, like I don't really know what the heck is going on. Like I don't understand that the item you just got is a rare item drop, 0.03%. I want to feel that excitement
because you don't play.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want you to explain, like, oh shit, this right here, impossible to get. Fucking 0 out of 3,000 chance. Like I want to know all those little quirky details. Like that's gonna make me excited about the shit I'm watching. You know?
Since you said something like last time, I've actually started to implement
bro.
into my streams. Because like I realized like somebody first time coming in, I don't know how they got in there, but it happens. And they might not know what game I'm playing because I play all kinds of games, like all kinds. So like I understand that aspect of like, oh, I don't know anything about this game. I hope this dude talks about this game and like explains stuff to me. Because like I think one of the streams I was playing or one of the games I was playing, like I got a drop from and you'll understand this, but other people won't. Like I was fighting Rathalos. I got a tail carve, pulled a Rathalos ruby.
Oh, that's so fucking rare. Oh my god.
At the end of the match, one of the drop rewards was a Rathalos ruby. I got 2 in the same mission.
That's what I'm saying.
That is so hard and rare to
I want to fucking
it was a 1% drop. So and I was like, oh cool, I got 2 of them, and I'm like super psyched about it, but I didn't explain why. And then I'm like, oh cool, I could have explained that like it's a 1% drop just from a tail carve and a 3% drop.
That's not how that works.
So there's no way that I got a 1% drop and a 3% drop at the end of the mission reward. Like the odds of that are like 1 in 2,000 something. Like
hell yeah,
that's the shit.
You get one of those gyms, you scream and you go crazy, and people go, what's going on here?
Exactly. Like everybody, listen, man, listen. For y'all games that y'all get into, regardless of however, like whatever niche or is niche, right? How do you say that? Niche, whatever type of like,
both are correct.
Whatever type of game you think you're playing that is so secluded to a certain type of dive into it and be passionate about it. Show your emotion and your feeling for that game and everything. Like really pour your heart into it because that's what's gonna generate the best type of content. As a viewer, me watching, I love seeing people passionate about what they're doing, regardless of whatever type of game it is. You don't have to play or force yourself to play specific games because it's popular or something like that. Just play the shit that you're into and really explain what the heck is going on for people that don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, that's gonna take you a long way.
Like, show why you love that game. I think that's a huge part of it too. Like, it's okay to not like play if AAA game coming out or whatever. It's like I gotta get on this because it's hot. It's gonna be hot. People are gonna be streaming this. Maybe I can catch in and catch a few of these subs or follows or whatever. But also like if you're not doing that and you want to play obscure games or variety games that you enjoy playing, I feel like it's definitely, like you're saying, important to explain and show that enthusiasm on why you enjoy that. Because that shit's contagious.
Yeah,
it really
man.
is.
Agreed.
I'm happy, I'm
90
feeling good, and people are coming into my chat and they might be having a rough day, and they're happy now because they like see like the childlike gleam that's in your eye on like why you enjoy something.
You genuinely enjoy that. Like that's the best part. Like I remember I was forcing myself to like try to play a shooting game and stuff, which I generally have fun with at like in my adolescent ages and shit like that. But I'm into stuff like League of Legends and World of Warcraft and RuneScape and shit like that, which a lot of people really aren't. But like, hey, that's what makes me happy.
Hey, League is
like,
big. You can't say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
League is like
League
the
is
biggest
huge.
one of the biggest damn games in the world, right there.
Yeah,
So.
well, I guess with the whole like networking world
and WoW, that also, yo, you just
WoW
say 3 of like
forever,
the biggest damn games.
You got big titles, but okay, so we can say that because people that only play on console. So that counts for that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I would say like a lot of people I did network with was like, you know,
you can't go nowhere without not knowing about
and
League
stuff like that. And I think
plus console has Smite. And then
Smite was amazing game, by the way, man. That was
people are gonna bring up League. There's no way that League's not gonna be in the conversation if people are playing Smite.
Yo, you'd be surprised how many people don't really understand.
It gets hard to
like.
I don't understand League that much. I'm playing and I'm learning the game, right? But
Thank
that game
you.
is not
the
Thank
biggest
you. So
thing.
that is exactly what I was about to bring up, Stelio. It's hard because you get people in who might not be. You're talking about like explaining the game and explaining what's going on. League of Legends is a special case, right? Because it falls in a category of those kinds of games that you have to have so much upfront information to really begin to understand anything. That there's quite a gate there. There's a gate there.
There's
like
one thing
you're trying to find that sweet spot of explaining to somebody who has no idea what's going on. But then also like trying to keep in the people who do know the fuck is going on and trying to explain shit to them as well. So it's that fine balance that I feel like you might not get quite as much with like a shooter, because a shooter plays like a shooter, right? There can be all the complexity in it, and you can get into those moments and talk about the 1% drops and all like any kind of stuff like that. But when it comes to like, if you try to get into specifics of being like, oh, this person did this play and I couldn't do it. Well, you got to know that character. You got to know the character the other person is playing, the abilities they have, what the cooldown of those, like all this shit starts coming up. It's different.
We talking about this shit. They say regular words. I'll be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So like that's
but when
that's the shit I love about it.
I play bot, this, that. And I was like, why are you giving me the short terms? I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Now that's the shit I love about it, right? Because the biggest thing that drew me to League of Legends, right? And I'm a big chess person. I love playing chess, right? That was one of my favorite games growing up as a kid or whatnot. And I feel like this is very similar, just on like a more advanced scale. And now the part that draws me to League the most out of any other game is the learning curve. Like there's a certain point and certain amount of effort you have to put into the game and learning the game for you to understand how the game operates. And then it's like, holy shit, there's a
then the game starts.
and
then the game actually starts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So once I finally like it takes a while to get to that first learning curve, and then you finally start understanding this, like opening your brain and seeing everything else and all the other possibilities and everything like that fucking drew me in, bro. And that was just like, I want to do this, son. Like I got this Kobe mentality. I want to fucking learn and figure all of this shit out. But like that learning curve and how hard it is and how much dedication it takes, like, yo, you could play the game for weeks or months before you're even able to play ranked. It's not like a game that you can just sit there, hit level 10 and jump into ranked. Like, no, you literally gotta play for fucking months, depending on how much you play a day, because it might take you a few months to even hit the level possible to play ranked.
Like, because I'm not in rank, I'm like right under that.
It's
and
such
I'm like,
a
this game is pissing me off, but I like it.
It's such a huge
common experience.
And that's what drew me into that game more than anything else. Was like, you know, like it, like everybody could. The way I felt, right? Because like I got a really lot of competitive people in my circle growing up. Everybody could sit here and throw on a Call of Duty and shoot each other. You know what I mean? We could all sit here and trade. We could all sit here and throw on Street Fighter and go back and forth for rounds. We could all sit here and fucking even play Bomberman. Like, we could get competitive with all this shit.
Ooh, Bomberman.
And that get crazy. Not everybody, though, could sit here and be like, let's go to League of Legends and play this on a competitive. Like, you know, that takes a whole nother.
And I started understanding it.
The fucking, bro. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta get nice at this, bro. Like, we can still shoot it up.
Now that I'm playing, because I want to play with y'all soon, I picked up learning Seth. Seth kind of gives me a Zangief technique. So
you just said I use him and everybody up.
There's.
Yeah. And what's the other one that I like?
Playing Set. It's a good time to start playing Set.
I like Set and the other one. I like when I was playing the one on the, like, you know, the phone and everything else, the iPad one.
Rift.
I would pick up Malphite.
That one was really good. That one was really good.
I could play Malphite a little bit, but I tried to play him in this one. I don't think he's my kind of character.
Yeah, he's kind of just, you gotta wait 90 seconds and then you all in, and then you wait 90 seconds.
Yeah, he's a really patient
I like Darius.
character.
I could play Darius a little.
Darius is really abusive.
Darius is a beast.
Talk
about
his
StelioKontos. Fucking Darius right there all the way.
Darius is, if he grabs
Darius is top lane, right?
Go. I feel like that's your role right there. Top lane is where all the bullies are.
Yeah, because top lane is more that 1v1 type, like me versus you. The shit about top lane that really get technical though is that you get the wave manipulation game, and like
you get the what?
The wave manipulation game.
Oh,
okay. So now, like, you know, the little minions that every 30 seconds they keep respawn and they keep running into each other.
Thank you for telling me that, because I was about to ask, how long does it take for them to come out? So I gotta duck and move around for 30 seconds until they all come out.
Well, the first one spawns at about a minute in, right? So they're not gonna get there to like a minute 30 or so. But after that, it's every 30 seconds that they'll just constantly be running into each other. I got a video; it's hilarious. These minions are the most ruthless motherfuckers in the world, and they would not stop until they run into something and start hitting something, bro.
It is super true. It is super true.
But these minions are always gonna come out every 30 seconds. But now the thing is, because you know they come out every 30 seconds, you can kind of like delay it, kind of hold a couple alive, so that way you build up like maybe 6 come out at a time. So maybe you keep 2 alive, and then now you got 8. And now 8 go and they push into this tower at once, and then now you can sit there and fuck with the tower and hit the tower because they gotta take out the minions one by one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like there's ways to play with the
so you have to take that last kill, like before they kill whoever they kill. That's how you level up.
Well, that's how you get paid.
Quicker?
You're gonna get experience just by being in the vicinity, just by being in a certain area of a minion dying. You'll get experience. Now, if you get the last hit or the execute, like the killing blow, you'll get a certain bonus gold added to your gold or whatnot. Then you can go back and upgrade your character, get stronger and whatnot.
Okay.
You know, Teddy's got a whole what is it? It's redemption, right? A private coaching. Yo, this man is a great coach for this game, and it goes deep. It goes deep. I do want to step away from that for just a little bit and come back to this streaming stuff, because I'm very excited to hear about what you got coming up. Right, we're talking about. All right, here's where I'm at, right? I want to hear about this rollerblading. My apologies. I want to hear about this rollerblading shit. But before we get to that, I feel like we got to address your streaming a little bit more.
Okay.
So I want to talk a little bit more about like what upcoming kind of shit, right? Are you excited? Like you're getting back into
Well, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm definitely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start to get myself weaned back into it. So I'm going to do like 1 day a week.
What are you starting with? What are you starting with that? Like where can obviously we know where we can see you, but what are we going to be seeing? And
we're going to see. We're going to be seeing. Well, I mean, we know Hogwarts Legacy.
Hell yeah! All right, so you're on that bandwagon. Let's hear about that. What are your thoughts on that game?
My thoughts on that game is I can't wait to play this shit.
Hell yeah.
Listen, you can offer cadaver anybody you want. Come on, son. I'm Hufflepuff. I'm just letting you know I'm Hufflepuff. So Hufflepuff a day all day. But I will be over cadaver if you come and talk wrong to me. Over cadaver, baby. But that comes out tomorrow, and you get the that's the early. Are you
streaming that? You are streaming that?
Yeah. I'm gonna stream a little bit. I'm gonna try my best to like put a lot of time into the stream with that.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna start that. Besides that, I will be doing I will be doing Dead Space.
Hell
I
yeah.
had
And
to put Dead
there's
Space in
the
my
new one too, right? The new
Yes.
Dead Space.
the new old one, yes.
Mhm.
So those 2 games, I'm gonna add that, and what I'm gonna add to it will be Guilty Gear and Tekken, because I kind of dropped 5 a little bit.
Mhm.
For all y'all that know me that's in here, no, I'm not done. It's because I'm trying to get better at Strive. And that's Guilty Gear Strive. And that's for my gaming, right? But now this is what's gonna get better. I'm gonna start trying to go live with going like the rest streaming my eats. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
also I'm gonna be talking about like bourbons and alcohol, different alcohol.
So some more like
Yeah.
eating stuff and reviewing shit and drinking and
Yeah,
reviewing that
and
stuff.
I would
drinking the
love
reviews.
that.
Because every time I
I would
stream,
love
though,
that.
I will say this: for the most part, at least once a week of the stream, I was always coming with a new bourbon to talk about.
Mhm.
So
I
I want
saw
to
that
bring
in
that
one
back.
of your TikToks. In one of your TikToks, when you come
Yeah,
back, you got your little cup of
you
some
know
bourbon.
it.
I saw that brown
Mhm.
liquid. I knew what that
Yes,
was. I'm
Know what I
from
yeah.
mean?
Kentucky, son.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
You know
I
it
love me
too.
some Knob Creek #9, baby.
Yo,
Yeah.
when I
So
went and visited this boy Teddy, I brought them over. Now it wasn't bourbon, mind you, but I brought them over some what was it?
Some
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 Buzz's
fucking
Roost. Oh
spicy
man,
ass
yeah.
them
alcohol.
good
It was
stuff.
What the hell is that?
crazy. Yo, bro.
It's
It
so
made
Buzz's
me
Roost is a
burn.
rye whiskey. It's a little bit
I
sweet,
love
a little
rye. I love some rye.
oh, this is a good rye, son. If
Yeah.
you're looking for a good rye,
I love
check out some
Hmm.
Hennessy.
Buzz's Roost. It's some good shit.
All right.
Anyway, that
You
was a
know what I
fun
like
time.
for a good ride that I like? Basil dark
Hell,
rye.
Basil Hayden fucks. Basil Hayden fucks.
Yeah.
I'm down there for it. I'm down there
Yeah.
Heck
for it.
yeah, man.
So
And
you're gonna be
you know what's
streaming
a
some of
heavy
this?
one? I will definitely Knob Creek. It's the 12 year. No, not the 12 year. It's a rye, the Knob Creek rye. It's just like 100 proof. That shit is really
Oh
intense,
yeah.
but it's so good.
Oh
You
yeah.
drank that? I did that during the stream, and I realized I drank like half a bottle. I was like,
Oops.
what the hell? I got to
Oops.
go. Bye. It was bad. It was bad.
So how are we gonna be able to see that? You know, like, are you gonna be doing
I
that during your normal streaming hours? Are you gonna be making new time schedules for
well,
that kind of stuff? And how is
so
it
for
set
the
up?
food. Oh, that's a good one. I don't have a full answer for that yet, but for like my streams, like I get out of work at 6, so me getting home at 7, I'm gonna probably like push for like a clock stream
Yeah.
for the game. I'll do like, maybe 3 hours or so,
This
depending
8 o'clock
for.
Eastern, right?
Chico,
Hmm?
you said you're
8 o'clock
from Kentucky?
Eastern.
No, I'm
You
from
know it.
Brooklyn, baby. I'm from New
DK,
York,
you
so
heard?
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you got
Yeah, we
New York
Our
over
East
there.
we were
Coast
supposed to
time,
get
yeah.
there an hour
so
ago, but you know these
Shigor,
conversations just be
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
what do you know about
Day all day,
that
son.
old Rip Van Winkle?
Oh,
Hmm.
yo. I
Yo,
mean,
that
you
shit
you
is
talking
so.
DK,
about
you heard?
BBW?
Yeah,
Yo, Pappy Van Winkle, is that what you're talking about? That shit,
yeah.
like, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 even that are common. That ain't shit, son. I'll tell you right now, like, it's
I know
good.
they
It's good.
expensive.
Oh,
I
it's
know they,
expensive. That's
No,
like
it went up in money.
$120 for a pour. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
Yeah.
look,
it's like
It,
a
yeah,
yo,
and the bottle alone is crazy expensive now. I'm like,
oh
I'm
yeah.
good.
Yo, I was
Mhm.
working at somewhere at
Mhm.
the end of last year. I
Yeah.
stopped working there, but we were selling stuff. We would have a couple of pours that would sell for over $1,000 for a pour, for a
What?
half
Jesus.
ounce pour, y'all. A
What?
half ounce.
And these
A half ounce.
motherfuckers would leave
But
half of it on the table.
yeah,
Talk to 'em.
straight up. It's not even a thing.
Ah,
It's not even a thing. So like
Your
Pappy,
rent
that
money
shit, the
on the
highest pour
table.
we have for Pappy was like 300. The highest pour we have for something else was like $1,000. All right. So yeah,
What was
Pappy
it?
is up there. So there were two. There were two. One was some celebration type shit. It was Victor's celebration. It was a birthday celebration. Not much of that. This is the last drop, which is another one. That's like 800. And then there was old fashioned copper, OFC. OFC is
Okay.
again like $800 or $900 for a half ounce pour.
I know.
These shits are
Wow.
crazy.
I know Ohio does like yearly. Ohio
What?
will do an Ohio liquor lottery.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they will
Dude.
auction off those Rip Van Winkles and stuff.
Yep.
And you can
It's
get
common.
I just bought
you
this
can
for
get 'em for, like,
$8.
200.
That's a bunch.
Yeah, you can get like some of them
You
bottles for like 200
know what I
too.
mean?
100%,
Like, yo, fuck
100%.
all that.
But you know what's great? If doing these reviews, if you get down that road, Stelio, you can get sponsorships. You can be drinking
Yeah.
these $800 pours for free.
Oh yeah.
You can
I
get
almost
restaurants
got
for like
sponsored by
come
my
and
bar.
review me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit's
By
nasty.
my liquor
son.
store, I was talking to the dude. He was like, "Yo, we're gonna talk when you get serious again." And
See,
he was
there
like,
you
"I can
go.
get my scotches." I'm gonna
Oh,
do
yo,
scotch too.
I want to. Yo, Stelio, can we see
Yo.
a fight night plus drink reviews?
Yes. Yes,
Like, I
we
would really
can.
enjoy that. I will
Just
fuck
saying.
Yes,
around, come and see you for that.
we will definitely do that. That will
Discord,
come up soon.
Patreon. There's a
And you're
lot
gonna
of,
see
you
some
know what I
guilty. You're
mean?
gonna see a lot more guilty gear strive because I'm really trying to like get better. So you will see
Ooh,
some strive and you will see some drink, and we
that's
gonna
gonna
have some
be.
fun. I got you. I promise you, it's gonna be lit. Yeah, I'll
This is
definitely be lit.
exciting.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
I
ready for that.
So I got two more questions about streaming stuff that I kind of want to cover real quick before we start
Okay.
talking about. Like I said, I want to talk. I want to hear about this roll scan. I want to hear about this
Man,
old school
you gotta
stuff.
get
Yo.
some.
I
You
can't
gotta
help
get
it.
some
I've been
higher
all
bro,
excited about
baby.
this the last
Yo,
bit.
I'm
Like,
just
come
saying,
on
we
now.
got Ghost in the building. He talk about roller skating. That's Nico right there. Yo,
Oh,
Wait,
I remember. I seen him before a long
of
oh
time
yeah,
course,
ago.
oh Ghost
I
is
know I
always
seen him
around.
that's
What's
before.
up,
Nico
Ghost?
right there. You already know we got the
That's
roller
Ghost?
blader. Yes, sir.
That's Ghost.
Yes,
Tell Ghost to say what
sir.
up.
Yo,
Studio said, "What
yo.
up, baby?"
Tell me he still owes me that Geef match.
Yo, he said,
Oh
"Where the geef
baby.
match at?" Just saying.
Just saying.
Saying.
So with your
You
streaming,
know
I'm
what's
curious.
up.
I want to know about like some of the best advice you have received from somebody during your streaming adventure. You know, something that somebody has
Yeah.
shown you, whether it was your guru, whether it was just a fucking article that you read that told you what to do,
Yeah.
right? And then I want to know what advice you would now, in the position of being somebody who has streamed for a minute, in the position of somebody who has kind of been through the ropes at this point,
Mhm.
what would be some advice that you would impart onto other people who are interested in coming into this world? So first, what is the advice you received, and next, what is the
The
advice
advice I
you would
received,
impart?
Mm-hmm.
you know, when it comes to it, I think the only thing that I got from people is just come with consistent days of your stream, right?
You heard
But
it here
like a
first.
lot of
Every time, y'all, consistency.
you gotta be. It's about consistency.
You
It's really
become
true because that
somebody's
that
routine.
messes with your time. That messes with your people coming in because they come for the time you say, and you don't do it that time, and they're like, "What?" So
Yup.
that's one thing I've
Mhm.
learned from a lot of like
I think
bigger
the
streamers and just reading articles.
consistency builds into people's routine. So like let's say said viewer watches you every time, you know, in between them getting ready for work and fucking getting into the shower, just that little quick 10-20 minutes, whatever the heck them jumping in. They always know that you on at this time because you're consistent about your schedule. You start becoming
Yeah.
routine into people's lives, and that's how you know keep up with your schedule. Make sure it's like, hey, look,
Mhm.
I could guarantee every time at this point of the day I will be here. Like
Yup.
that shit is
Yep,
huge. So that
that's one
that's
thing.
just to back up the consistency.
Somebody who told me make sure you talk a lot. I'm like, I already do that, so I don't need that advice. I already
Right.
got that personality. Not
Mhm.
being conceited, but I'm conceited enough to know I can talk about a lot of and
Sure. So
be
you got
knowledgeable about what you're into. Like
Mhm.
know
Be
what you're talking
passionate.
about. Don't just talk from what the book says or what you heard. You know what I'm saying? Like really know what you're talking about to a point where like research before we get into this because I could debate with you and we're gonna have a good time.
Yes.
You know. Also, say if you got a camera, kind of look into the camera a little bit.
yes,
Make them
good
feel like,
piece.
yo, I got you. We here. You know what I mean? We doing this together, baby. You know what I mean? Always make them smile. You know what I mean? You get just laugh and have fun,
Yes.
no matter what you go. Also, you don't have to start big to be a streamer. Spend $1 trillion to get a camera and a light and you know your computer. Like you can use your phone. Make sure you have it plugged in, and use like the Elgato app for the face cam thing.
Mhm.
And there goes your camera. Boom.
Just to
And then
back
you
you
just
up.
play your game.
Just to
Or
back you
like
up
on
with
the
that.
consoles. Hold on,
Go
hold
ahead.
on before I forget this.
You good?
So like, it's say if you do on consoles, we're not gonna go with Xbox because Xbox hurt my
Mhm.
soul by getting rid of the Kinect,
Oof.
right? Which was the best camera for a gaming thing, I
Dude, it
thought.
was the best.
But the PlayStation one is just use that or get a webcam to put to your console and use that so they can see your face. Make sure you talk to them. Don't think you're gonna come in here swinging talking about I'm gonna be the best. When I'm like, your personality's already not there. You know what I mean?
You
got some
already
growth.
losing.
Yeah, grow. Enjoy it. Just go play these games. And I always say this. This is the one advice I've learned from I forgot who told me this. I swear I forgot. They
Mhm.
said, and it was an article I read. even if you don't got nobody in your stream, practice talking. Talk. Explain what you're doing. Talk about this. Even if it's small talk. Do that. It helps. So when you get the people, when you don't go all the time, you will know what you're doing. I promise you, it helps. People get mad because they get no viewers. Don't get mad you ain't got viewers. You're a nobody. Just because we all friends don't maybe all have the same time to catch your stream or whatever we're doing. We will get there. But until you get there, practice talk.
Turn that view count off.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We've asked this kind of question kind of at the tail end of all of these, and the first two things every damn time have been consistency and engagement. That is the top things everybody's talking about. Engagement is this talking, right? What helped me quite a bit when because I just started streaming, right? I just started like this month.
You to me, I would think you're lying.
Well, I've been, I've been around Teddy for a long time. I've been around a lot of
4 days,
for quite some time.
So you understand,
yeah. But like when it came to just starting out, my very first stream, before that even, like for 3, 4, 5 days beforehand, I'd hop into Discord, I'd play a game, I'd make it live, and I just start fucking talking. And if somebody came into the Discord and was chat, would be great. We fucking hit it off. And if they had to go and do something, it didn't matter. I was still fucking talking my ass off. And it put me in that space where like I knew I was in a safe space. It's only friends coming and going, but still they can come and go at any time. And I gotta jump on that. I gotta kind of like be in the flow and do it. So it was really fun. It was a way to kind of do it easy and safe. So if you're looking for anybody out there, if they are looking for practice, that is one little piece of advice I have for you.
That's
Discord,
a good
whatever it might be. Is just start talking.
That's a good one. Do your Discord ones. That's a good practice. You're so right. Because that's your actual homies and the people you know.
Exactly. And
so
just sit
that
there
can be
and throw your
all
stream
day.
up, even if nobody's in there with you. Just
Yup,
somebody's
even if
gonna
you're
pull it
alone.
up and be like,
Even
"Oh
if you're
shit,
alone.
he's streaming." What
You
the-
know, I may start
know what
doing
I
that
mean?
with
Like,
the
just-
Discord because there's certain games I don't want to like. I'm sorry, I just don't really want to share because it's like me playing an RPG and I want to be in my own place with it. I'll probably throw it on the Discord and you come in and you watch. If we talking about something that's going on.
Yep, that's like the
good.
extra. That's like the VVVIP behind the scenes situation. You know, that's real nice.
We've been real active with that. At least, I've been blessed for the past like year or two that we could just sit here and have a space where we could all just, regardless who it is or what we're doing, we could just stream some shit, and then people just come in and be like, "Yo, what's up? What are you doing?" Woo, and jump into your shit, and it's like, all right, cool.
That's pretty amazing.
I like that when everybody just jump in. That'd be mad fun.
It's very
like you got like you would jump into mine, like Wings jumped into mine. You know what I mean? We would just we would bullshit and just have fun. Like I would do some of my streams. I would actually do it with friends because I felt like I don't really feel like talking, so I use that. I use them for like the most of the conversation because it worked. Just fine. Because I'll say certain things and I know how to get people riled up or just talk. So I go word. Go on, what? That's how you feel? All right. And I'm still playing. You think I'm doing a lot of stuff when I'm not. That's a little cheat sheet, but don't worry about that.
We're coming up close. We're coming up close on our second hour now, and we kind of try to wrap up the podcast section at the 2-hour mark. So we'll be getting close to that, but before we get there, we're gonna hear about this rollerblading story and hear about all of these nice little things that we've been teasing the whole damn time. Now, of course, we like to continue past that. If you can stick around, amazing.
I'm definitely
after hours. So we're gonna just
we doing it, baby. We doing it.
Heck yeah. So we'll kind of after the next 10 minutes break it down, be a little bit more free flow, kind of more conversation. I mean, we've been pretty free flow this whole time in the best kind of way, but it's a little bit more.
It's always like
Teddy.
that, man. Of course.
Thank you for introducing me to them because I met new people that I'm gonna keep around.
Yes, sir. This right here, my homie.
I'm happy to make a new friend any day.
Exactly, bro. My homie Schalke right here. I would say this much, man. We just started this little community stuff back in November. It's only been about 3 months or so, and
because you sent me the info.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And again, yo, I still a lot of love the Grimes and Bomb and everything I did over there, whatnot. I just wanted something I had more control of and something that was more for me, and that way, people from, as the viewers and as people with the access, they could take what they want from Bomb, take what they want from me, and at the same time get the best of both worlds. Now, I would say though, in these 3 months coming up or whatnot, Schalke has been the man that's like definitely stepped up, take initiative. Definitely been very helpful, very generous, very fucking like always there, bro. Like even right now when we need a panelist or whatnot, he's here, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So huge shout out to Shaka. That is like literally the only mod I got. Besides that is like me, Lennon, my brother, and my girl, bro. We just trying to figure things out, bro.
I can dig it.
Word.
I told you from the get go. The only thing I want to do is see this grow.
Hell yeah.
That's what I
Yeah,
want
definitely, bro.
I like this.
I love the vibes. I love everything about the message. You know, I'm for it.
And definitely, bro. If anybody listening, man, it's definitely a great spot to be, y'all. And this is something that I'm trying to build up, and hopefully, in about 2 years, my son will be of age and he can come in here and get funky. But I could take a step back, make sure he gets everything right. So that's what the whole goal about this is. You know what I mean? So we really trying to make sure this goes the right way.
The Among Us King.
Yeah, a lot of things, bro. He got crazy with a lot of games. It's dangerous.
So, I had to show y'all this real quick.
Please
I got the Pokemon Switch.
Yeah, he's showing his right now. This thing is.
I forgot to talk to y'all about this one. I love
wicked.
Yeah, this one is
Pokemon
fire.
Switch.
Oh, Shaka might get crazy.
Yeah, this
he
is
said,
the
"Hold
new
up."
one. This is for the new game.
Shaka, like, hold up.
This is it.
It's high, huh?
What you got, Shaka?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you got the same shit. Oh,
Shaka. They got magic switches. Yeah,
Yo,
fire.
Word.
That's fire.
Yeah.
You saw it here.
Oh shit, Shaka.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I got it for my girl over Christmas, so she would have a system to play with me on.
That is super dope.
That's crazy.
The Switch is lit, man. Nobody, they can't be sleeping.
Well, I think that's perfectly going to bring us right to where we need to be. Thank you so much for coming by, Stelio. Now, before we properly wrap up and move on to our next section, I want to hear about this. Tell us about this rollerblading stuff.
The rollerblading thing. All right.
Mr. Stelio Rollerblader. Go on.
Okay, so I started rollerblading 12.
Ooh.
I went. I went to a store to try them on. I couldn't do shit. I could stand, so I was like, okay, cool.
Fuck those roses.
And then then my mother got me a pair maybe a year or two later. But by that point, that's where NIS and X Games came out. So I started seeing rollerbladers doing some of the craziest shit. Rollerson Rivera, freaking what is it? The Silver Boys and all that. Yo, I was like, yo, what the hell I throwing on rollerblades? So I went and told my boy in school. He goes, yeah, I do that. What? And you ain't tell me? And so all of a sudden, I just got into it, man. And ever since, I loved it. I met a lot of people in that industry. I've been to tournaments. Let me see. I only been to the New York. So I did a lot of the New York stuff. I remember, I don't know if you remember Be Unique?
Yes, Be Unique was huge.
I know. Shout out to Be Unique. I know all of them.
Shout out to Be Unique.
Yo, everybody were.
They did the huge renovation in Malali's and all that. That was
Malali's and all that stuff. R.I.P. Mikey. You know what I mean? All them people. But I still know a lot of them. And then I worked at Blade, so I was for the longest one of the only rollerblades. And then because a lot of them started leaving at this point, right?
Yeah.
And then, matter of fact, shout out to my boy Max for even getting me the job at Blade. Word. So then when I left and I came back, I was the last sole surviving rollerblader.
Mm-hmm.
I almost got sponsored by not sponsored, but flowed by Rollerblade. I went to a couple of the parties, met a lot of the old school heads, and we would just skate every other day. Now, I probably crossed paths with you before. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because a lot of y'all are younger, and now I'm looking at people going, you look mad familiar.
Bro, we been especially Ghost and all that.
Like Fish and all that. You know who Fish is.
Yes.
Yo, Fish is shout out to Fish for having Mesmer skates, man. That shit is wild.
Mm-hmm. Bro,
I
we
haven't got a pair
fucking.
of skates in forever after I
I
broke my
remember
ankle.
like
I'm
when
gonna try to get.
they first opened up 157, like that River Skate Park. We was in there before they even
Yeah,
opened that shit up. Like we helped that
yeah.
shit come to life.
And
Fucking
so I
Chelsea
seen
kids and
Chris
all that.
Edwards in person one day. I almost lost my shit.
Dude.
I went to one of the parties. Where was it? I forgot. What I think Hurricane Bar at the time when that was like the rollerblader bar.
Mhm.
Alex Brosco was there. There's a picture when I was young. My boy said, "Yo, look at this picture of us, B." It was me and I forgot the other dude's name. We was like, "Oh shit, Alex Brosco. Oh shit, Chris Hoffey. Look
Yep.
at all these big dog skaters. Like,
Just
all the
there.
people to look up to." And when I'm talking about technically disgusting and amazing,
Yo, bro, when you
that's
look at
that
their
shit right.
shit,
Oh
like,
my
you're
god!
like, you
Watch
could
these old
do
videos.
that with skates? Like, how?
What?
Wait, what?
Yo, my first rollerblading video was Mad Beef. That's so old. I got it on VHS.
Yo,
That is one of the first skate videos ever. It's Hoax 1, Hoax 2, Hoax, I think it was Hoax 2, Hoax 3, and then Mad Beef around that time. So that was like junior high for me.
Jesus, that's
Right? I'm 41 now,
TBT.
so I've been there for when it was and when it blew up and then how it died down and how it's, if you're a New Yorker, there's a certain section of people that still do. You know? It's like, it's surprising to see
I
there's more
still
skate
got.
parks than ever.
I'm still in tune with the scene and whatnot, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful to see that. It's still
Yeah, there's a
going on.
couple people that still rollerblade that I didn't realize they play fighting games.
At the same
I've
time.
talked to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, Sloth and shit.
Yeah.
You ever connected with Troy and whatnot? He's into a
Troy,
lot
not
of fighting
yet.
games.
That's the I know. I talked to Troy. That's who I gotta play with. But like I know he knows like the Bronx people that play. He knows I'm in them. I gotta get over there. I just do like local, so I do like the Brooklyn. But I'm gonna get me a pair of skates. That's like my next goal. And there's a skate park in Brooklyn. Was it Substance? My boy Ado, he runs like the shop in there.
Okay.
Pretty sure Adonis. You know Adonis?
No.
If you've seen him, you probably know because he's been around for time too. Yeah, so that's how that went, man. I never got to skate with. There's certain people I still want to skate with, and the people trying to get me back in. We're gonna work on.
It's always a good time, bro. Even if you just bullshit for a couple
Can we
hours.
get an IRL stream of that? Would it
I'll
happen?
probably try. I'll try that. I think me and Teddy might have to do that.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. I'm with the. If you set that up, we might. You know, a
I
high
might
bridge
have to
got
get,
a nice
see if
skate park.
I gotta
I'm
get a
just
pair.
saying, high bridge is it.
Because we don't have shops in New York no more, so it's hard to get a
Yeah,
pair of aggressive
it
skates.
really is.
And
You
like
have to still order them
I'm the
online.
opposite of. Let me
get
order
them
them
off of
online and put them
somebody.
on, and hopefully they fit. I want my shits on the spot.
Bet 100%.
Yeah, so I gotta travel to get me a
that's
pair,
the-
but
that's
I'm
the
definitely
shit.
gonna get a pair.
I definitely
and
want
we're gonna be
some
out
of
there
these
just
rims or
riding to
something
chill.
like that.
I may do a little bit of something, you know what I mean? But I'm not going crazy. Word.
Well, thank you so much, Stelio. That was exactly what I wanted it to be. All of the rich history there. We might see some more of it in the future, y'all. Y'all heard it here. He might be doing a live stream of some amazing skate content with our other creator here, Teddy. I cannot wait.
That'll
if
be
that goes up, please drop it for everybody.
That might really have to happen. I'm thinking about
Oh,
it.
yo, that's what a huge part of this is trying to generate new content for people. This is like a big thing that we try to focus on.
Skate park. 52 playground. There's a little nice little
where's
skate park
the street
in there.
spots? I missed the street because I can't skate no ramp too much.
We got
I can skate, but we definitely I'm down to go.
It's literally in the same spot that we are right here. We just go hit something on the side like this.
I bet.
So
I
on that
appreciate
note,
y'all. Thank you.
Let's cover one more time, Stelio. Where can we find you? Tell us about your socials real quick, right before
you can find me on Twitch, StelioKontos81. It's also on Twitter, StelioKontos81. Now, if you go on my Twitch, you go on my About, you can join my Discord and some fun on there. We don't always talk, but when we engage, we do engage. So you can jump on it. You want to find out about games and deals and crap. On top of that, you got me on TikTok, but I really use TikTok to promote that I'm going live on. Right? It's still StelioKontos81. So everything is StelioKontos81. I made your life easy.
Beautiful.
Instagram, same thing. So you good.
Thank you so much. And now, Teddy, do you want to go ahead and wrap us up with whatever law info we need before we move on to our next wonderful hangout session?
Yes. Stelios.
So who do we got coming on next time? What do we have to go to look forward to? Where can people go to download the podcast, etc.?
Oh, we got the podcast over at lovealwayswins.podbean.com. This will be episode 5, and along with all episodes 1 through 4 are available up on the website, and it'll be available to all streaming platforms, like major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, iTunes, stuff like that. And next week, on the 12th, we do have King Pyro on the show. That one's gonna be another great one, man. He's been around for a while. He was part of me with the bomb journey, and he was definitely one of our members and one of our Apex homies, and I would love to reconnect with that. Which reminds me, speaking about all this past stuff, I have a little history gem, bro, Stelio, because like and on some real shit, I remember when I first started this fucking like streaming world and the streaming content, like the first person I like ever reached out to, and I didn't know how to network and nothing like that, was kind of Stelio, bro. And like he hit me up on some Facebook tip and was like, "Yo, these the fucking."
That's right, because we met through what's the other dude's name that roller? The one that does the Mortal Kombat. So I tried to run. That's how we met,
dude.
I can't remember his name right now. I got him on my Facebook.
I know he's talking shit,
mm-hmm.
But it was like something like that, and we reconnect or we connected, and that kind of guided me in a direction where I was able to find like a group on Facebook, and in that group on Facebook, I was able to find like Zuko, and that's what kind of birthed the whole bomb connection or whatnot. So like a lot of people don't even know, like that shit really started from connecting with you first and fucking hollering at you. You know what I mean? On the Facebook.
Here from the start,
I try to get people in. I want
facts, bro. Like that
better.
Shit is.
I always do.
Big facts,
I got to work on doing that for myself a little bit more, but I always love to see people.
Yeah, so like this full circle, baby. 2 years later, we got all this stuff happening, a lot of journey, a lot of pace and whatnot. But it's crazy that like on some real shit, that was the first interaction I ever had networking wise. You guys see that I know a lot of people, or like try to talk to a lot of people, and that was definitely like literally the first conversation I ever had. But and I appreciate you, bro, and I
you already know, kid.
Here.
Yeah, this
like
this
shit.
I love these little blanket, like where this shit crosses over from what. I feel like I remember Teddy talking about, this fucking badass, like this fighting game over here. He's fucking over here using this thing.
Bro, it was weird ass.
So many early iterations of like your initiation to the streaming world, and people that are mostly still here, right? And it is fun seeing these like, this is that person. That's fucking dope.
You gotta face it.
You know what I mean?
That's really dope.
I will definitely play anybody in Street Fighter. I do not.
Yes, we need them lobbies back, bro.
I call you all out.
Them lobbies were fucking sweaty, bro. I was like, I'm nice. I got one win. Then they pull out some character with like all these rankings and borders and shit, and I'm like, time to get my ass whooped. Like,
you talking about when you got your ass whooped by that Urian player? That was
bro. There was a lot of shit going on.
He threw the wall on one side, the wall on the other, threw the fireball, the projectile. Yo, yeah. Yeah, we get disgusted. We get disgusted.
Bro, it's nasty. It's nasty, bro.
But we gonna get that back. I wanna do some more with
it. I can't wait.
And I will employ you when some of these games go on sale to pick them up, so you can join. It doesn't matter how good you.
Definitely.
Yes, I definitely want that. Like, because I think it's great to play fighting. That's how.
Definitely.
That goes for you too, Bowtie. I want to see. You gotta play.
Yo,
you definitely gotta jump. You gotta jump in.
If you're gonna bring me to some fighting games, you need to know that.
Don't matter.
I'm used to watching.
Nah. We have fun. We just go in, and this is how you learn and get better.
Yeah, I get it. Yo, I'll be there for it. I'll be there for it.
I'm gonna let you know when Guilty Gear goes on sale because that's the one I'm really like focusing on.
There was a
Street
game
Fighter.
like...
I'm down to play Street Fighter any day, almost any day. Oh yes, see, Rated T for Tim said Puyo Puyo Tetris.
This one,
that bro right there, that's my other fighting boy right there. We play fighting games, but we play Tetris, and you're gonna have to watch our Tetris one day.
Hell yeah.
That
definitely like caught my attention when you mentioned it earlier. That sounded really fun.
We call each other out. We play on the Switch. I think he has it on Steam also. We play on the Switch, but we found these people that played us one night. I'll never forget it. Yeah, I play a little bit. All right, cool. The match was done before I could almost blink.
Yeah, goodbye.
And then the other one was a Puyo Puyo play, and we was like,
Puyo
what?
Puyo Puyo.
I cannot play Puyo Puyo for my life. I do not understand that game. Like, I don't understand like how to really play that.
Yeah. There was only really one fighting game that I ever spent any amount of time on, and it was on the PS1. I can't even remember the name of this damn game. All I remember, look,
was it Tobu one?
There were three buttons you would press, and they all did a thing. And whenever you would press a button, it would say Keto, S, or Ho. So you could go like Keto, 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 SSS, Ho, Ho, or like Keto, S, Ho. And that's how you did all your combos, was like a mix of 3 buttons. That was it. I played the shit out that game with my siblings. I don't think I've played any other.
Can you describe anything of it? I could probably tell you what it is. Oh, Battle Arena Toshi. Was it Battle Arena Toshi then?
Oh, hold up.
Because Rated T for Tim on Titty.
That's why I say Rated T was like, yo, that was this.
That's my bro. That is my bro right there. That's my bro. We rocked from GameStop days, and we just became the best.
That's the best.
No, it wasn't this one. This Battle Arena.
Battle Arena Toshi. Okay, so what about Tobu number 1?
Tobu number 1.
Tobu number 1. It was. I think it's TOBAL number 1. I think that's what it is.
Number 1 game. I'm not finding that one.
Rated T for Tim. You remember what it is?
I remember this game, but I didn't play this one. Oh,
okay, so it's
no, it wasn't this one. It wasn't that one. There was this little princess girl, and her abilities all looked like geometrical shapes and symbols. She'd have like squares and hearts and stars and shit shooting out at people. There was some like wizard motherfucker who could control storms and shit. I don't.
Was it what? Wait. You sure it was on PS1?
Yeah. That's what I played on.
Okay, so it's not Eternal Champions. Okay, because Eternal Champions is very.
Eternal Champions. That doesn't sound like it.
No, no, because that's on Genesis.
No. This was 100% on PS1. I only had a PS1 or an Xbox. I didn't.
Okay.
It wasn't Tekken. Oh gosh. Well, maybe I'll be able to find it here in a second. Maybe I'll be able to
Bushido Blade?
Bushido Blade? I played that one too, but that was different. Bushido Blade was
totally different. That's a samurai game. You know, that game used to get me so mad. I'd get all the way to the end of the damn game. And I'm like, yes, I'm about to win. And then it said, you lose. I'm like, you can't. I killed him too quick. I kill him too quick. Or I did a disrespectful kill. I'm like, I don't want to play this no more.
Yeah,
it was too hard. Yeah, you remember that, right?
Oh yeah, I do, man. That game was fucking hard because of that shit.
Hell yeah! I'm like, when are you supposed to get the right kill? I deflected. I let it last long, and it's still not. Nah, I'm done.
Another one I've seen is Destriga.
Destriga. That sounds like it might be it. Destriga. Yo, what's up, Chibi? Thank you.
On the cover, it was like a rock paper scissors type deal.
Oh, it was
good.
I mean, I don't.
What was that? What you just called? Say it one more time.
Destriga.
Destriga. That sounds so.
Remember
good.
Dead or Alive?
Ooh, that was a good one.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Destriga. I think this was it. I think it was fucking Destriga.
There it is.
Oh, this is it. Yo, that was it. You found it, Shauka.
Okay, I found it.
The only fucking fighting game I ever used to play.
Oh, Bowie made it?
was the Striga.
Wow.
Kido, S. That was the whole damn game.
Toei's known for making like Dynasty Warriors.
Dude, this game was
That's
fire. This
wild.
game was fire.
The only fighting game, like the one thing that like got me into fighting games, or like even like interest or like as an introduction, was Digimon Rumble Arena.
I do remember that. I heard of it. I never got to play it, but I heard it. I'm Street Fighter 2 day.
Yeah, I'm about to say my shit was Street Fighter 2.
And Rival Schools. Y'all remember Rival Schools? All day. Project Justice Rival Schools all day.
Oh, dude.
One of the best.
Oh, what was that? Yeah, it was
and
like
Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Hold on, let me go to the bathroom. I'm gonna come right back.
Hell yeah.
Marvel versus Capcom. Huge. That was my shit. Marvel versus
There's
Capcom.
a game I want to ask him about because there's a game that I think was a secret gem that was a JRPG on the PS1, which was Jade Cocoon.
Cocoon.
I want to know if he knows about Jade Cocoon.
Oh, Jade Cocoon. Yo, the only like the most and I think the most intense game I ever played on I guess it was an Xbox game was fucking like
Combat.
Not OG, but next after OG Ninja Gaiden. That game.
Yeah, that was crazy. There was one that was like there was like a samurai type game before that, like on a PlayStation that was like it was the Capcom shit that was really hard for you to move and all that and had like the wonky camera control movement type thing.
Like Jade Cocoon and
dude, which one was that?
Legend of the Dragoon was like my two starters for
Legend of Dragoon. Dragoon is all such a good
Legend of the Dragoon was like a game that got me into JRPG.
Well, he's back. He got the
perfect
opportunity.
I got two questions for you. Oh, you're muted, I think.
Okay, we back.
I got two questions for you because these are two games that I hold dear to my heart that were JRPGs that got me into JRPG like before Final Fantasy, before any of it that I just loved.
Go for it.
What do you know about Jade Cocoon?
Oh, I found it.
Which one?
Jade Cocoon.
I heard of it, never played it.
What about Legend of the Dragoon?
Yes, I know that. I like it. I never got a chance to play it, but I watched enough to say I have to play this. And like that, like my other boy, Yosenex, he's my RPG guy. Like I'm gonna have to put y'all on to him one day. He really knows his RPGs. He knows his games so heavy, right? That he will go back to Japanese RPGs that never came to America, but he plays them all. So that's how I know a lot more about that game. But I heard that was one of the greatest.
It revolutionized how JRPGs was played. And they never picked the system back up, and I don't understand why. So like you would go lazy. You would go. It was like revolutionary for PS1. It was like a normal turn-based, but then you would have fast actions during combat. So you would go to attack, and if you hit triangle at the right time, it would lead into a second attack, and then you would have to hit square, and it would lead into a third attack.
Okay.
Attacking on a turn base.
That's now I have to play this. Now somehow, some way. I'm gonna have to play this now.
And the storyline was amazing. The characters were definitely memorable. And
that's PS1 only?
It was PS1, yeah.
Wait. Is it on the PS Mini thing? The PlayStation Mini?
I don't know.
I have one. I'm gonna have to test it out. I never even tried it. Let me see. If it's not, I'll figure it out. I heard of Bloody Roar. I played Bloody Roar. I get up to GameCube one. Yeah, I'm not that good at that game, but I do like.
It does definitely like playable on the PSP.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, you know why? Because of the PS1 game.
Yes, and that's the same reason for the why it was playable on the PS3 was because.
I gotta look at my stuff. I may have it. I probably. I have so many games, yo. I'm so backlogged. Not
sure.
It's depressing. Okay? Sure. It is depressing. My Switch collection is so ridiculous. I could tell you I own about. I own a little over.
Oh, you cut out right there. You cut out the vital part.
Okay,
How many?
I said it. Over 300.
Ooh, 300 games, yeah, for the
Yo,
Switch
you get them when
alone.
they on sale. You don't just
That's
buy
the
them like when they drop.
yes.
You know,
Sales.
you've never. I don't buy games on the Switch if they're not on sale. But lately, because I got a Steam Deck, we'll get into that. I only buy if it's a Nintendo title. Is the only reason why I'm buying it for the Switch. Everything else I'm playing on Steam Deck. Play on the PC, play on the go, and I can't. I'm happy. And my Steam collection, after building this PC, over time has grown. It has grown a lot, and the Steam Deck made it grow even more. Like terribly grow too much. I'm like, all right. I like, all right, we're gonna chill out. But I only buy things on sale. And what's this? Chibi Sensei? I love Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 2 every day, all day. I'm a Mitsu player, baby. What up? And the Talon player. What up? Let's go.
I'm just saying, Nightmare. You know,
Nightmare. I can play Nightmare a little bit. I started picking them up for the newest. Cause I was like, oh, he's mad cool. But not my style.
I always like, you know who Nightmare reminds me of? Trending me in League of Legends, bro. Because he got the axe that he's dragging and he just swing bang or whatever it is. Like,
yeah,
pretty much
Nightmare
concept.
You remember? So if we're going to talk about Soul Calibur, you remember Rock?
Ooh.
Yep. Part 2, Rock. He was like Astaroth, but with the different type of mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And he had an axe. So in part 2, we had 2 people that played pretty similar. You had Rock and Astaroth, and then you had you had Nightmare and Siegfried, because they're the same pretty much.
Yep.
Rated T for Tim, you know I cannot play no King of Fighters. That's I cannot play that game for my life.
Play King of Fighters?
That game is too complicated for a fighting game for me. Like the commands, I just can't. I get frustrated. It's one of the games I like watching, playing. I don't think. I'll try and have.
You know who?
The fun lasts too long.
You know what character always made me laugh, by the way, in Soul Calibur? Fucking Voldo.
Ooh, yo, I got a boy that can play Voldo.
Voldo made me laugh so much though, because he's so weird.
Yeah, he is. My boy, Bob, that's what we call him. He is probably one of the nastiest Voldo players I've ever met in my life. Like even to this day, when he just come around to play, once he warms up, you ain't touching him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got to a point where now I can hold my weight against him, you know what I mean?
Ted,
but before you be sitting there going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Voldo's wild.
He looks like the Persian type of dude or something like that. Like
he was like,
he has like
he was blind. He was blind, and he worshipped the sword that kept lying to him, saying, "Protect me." He thought it was still next to him the whole time.
Like all like
this
shit. Yeah.
And then he would crawl on all fours behind his back acrobatics and sweep at your legs.
Or do the rolls.
Yeah.
Or he do the roll to the explosive. Yeah.
No, it was so weird.
Oh yeah, the Capcom beat 'em up collection was definitely, but I bought it a long time ago. I really liked it.
I also I enjoyed playing Lizardman though as well.
Yeah. So Lizard's another felt a little bit like a copy and paste also. Fecia and Cassandra. Although there's a few in that game that will copy paste characters. And
that seems to be pretty common though, right? For the fighting genre, there's a lot of copy pasting because the fighting games, I don't know. There's only so many archetypes. It seems like that get played that are effective.
I think Street Fighter is a little different. I think Nido there are a couple of copy types, but the only real copy is Ryu and Ken.
Sure.
And then if you're gonna play Third Strike, then okay, we don't have Gayu, but we have Remy.
As a Ken main, I take offense. Ryu is not the same.
You both
Ryu
have
is
DPs.
not the same.
Hold up. What I mean, and I'm not talking about the whole thing. You Ken players. Rated T for Tim. I know he's gonna try to get at me too. You both had Tatsus. You both had Shuriken. You both have Fireball. One has a stronger fireball. One has a stronger shuriken. One has a better top. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
Overheads
one
is a
has
thing.
blonde
One
hair,
has
one
one
has
has
brown
a
hair.
One has
so,
not okay, yeah, but no, but what? So you got
overheads are
Ken.
nice.
Okay, so Ken has the heavy punch DP, right? That's a flaming one. But Ryu, when you play them in what third strike, and I forgot the other one, he has the more powerful one because it's yo,
you need your
that
freaking
hits
3
hard,
bars or whatnot.
and then it's over, right? And he's also had a Tatsu super move. Ken had one, but Ken's was the one that does a whole bunch of stuff into the DP. I mean, I'm not saying they fully a copy paste, but they train under this person.
You know
It's
who had a
Shoto.
lot of, you know what fighting game had a lot
Akuma
of copy and paste?
also. Who?
I feel like Tekken had a lot of copy and paste.
With who? What character?
Just Jin in general.
Okay, well, Jin. If we're gonna go with Jin, Kazuya, Hayachi, that Hayachi is grandpa, Kazuya's father, and son is Jin. They have a sister.
I understand that they're all related or whatever, and so they would have similar fighting styles, but they feel very copy and paste. And you don't. I feel like you would see a difference, a lot more of a difference, because of the experience of age.
Yeah, I guess so. But on top of that, I go with high level play, would show you a difference in what we do, as mid to low level players. You know what I mean? Like I was watching this tournament, and like the way this guy was playing Jin is not what I normally see how Jin is played. It was high level scary. It was like, I know, Lord knows, I cannot beat this person, and I'm not even try to beat this. It was like incredible, right?
Yeah.
Same goes for like, okay, so we're gonna go copy and paste. Everybody has a copy and paste character, I guess. But let's go with this. What we got. We got Eddie, and then we got the girl that plays just like a little, but he trained her. So those only because there's teachers, right? But it's not really. I don't know if we can really call them all copy paste.
If we're going by that logic, then you might have to go back to Street Fighter. I mean, Ryu and Ken were taught by the same.
Yeah, by the same Shoto, yeah. And then Akuma came, but nobody else plays nothing alike. So, Yun and Yang was very close because they were twin brothers, but one had the one with the more the punch, the other one had the more with the kicks. Right?
I mean, what about like Sakura or Dan or some shit? Like they all kind of like
they were all Shoto like. Yeah, thank you, Christina Aguilera. Not Christina Aguilera. It was like Christina, I think. Christina. Yeah, but I guess we can kind of use that as a I don't know, for the full part. I mean, because everybody that's a Shoto is like a Shoto in their own rightful way, right?
Yeah.
So we had Sean. He did the fireball. His DPs was what? With 2 fists, right? That shit is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Okay, with 2 fists, I was like, oh, okay. But then he also he had the basketball thing to stop you from. And then let me see. There's nobody like Zangief, right?
Montero.
Is there? Who's like? There's nobody like Zangief in Street Fighter.
Oh my gosh. Haggard. They made Haggard.
Hugo.
Well, no, that was Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I know what you're talking about. That's Final Fight. Still part of it, but not. Hugo. That was the closest thing we got because that's third strike, right? So then you got Gayu, and you only had Remy that was to take his for a little bit, but then Gayu came back, and there's no more Remy. Remy was third strike and third strike only. You'll never see that character again. Throw him back. We had nobody like Bison, but they had people with psycho powers, but that does not mean they play like Bison. There's nobody like Blanca because Blanca was the wildest characters in the game, right? Chun-Li. Who else is like Chun?
E Honda, just for punches.
E Honda, no, because he has a headbutt, and he also has a Yokozuna drop, and he also has the charge up to the butts. I don't know. We can do that, but I see what you're saying. See what you're saying, but I won't do.
So like, I had to relearn my Tekken characters because I had to look at them real quick. But I like once I saw them, I remembered. Oh yeah, no. So like the 3 people I played in Tekken was I started with Bob. Started playing Bob.
Okay, Bob is fire.
Because
Bob
I
is
love
fire.
Bob. And then I switched over to
Wait. You like Big Bob or Skinny Bob?
Big Bob. Big Bob.
Okay. Okay.
Dude,
All right, there we
you
go.
gotta see the big man doing flying jumping kicks and
Yo.
stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Then I switched over. I started playing Lily,
Mm-hmm.
and then like it was I forget which Tekken I got super into, but when the robot chick Elisa came out.
Okay. Oh, okay. So what? But she started in 6, right? 5 or 6, and she's in 7.
So it might have been. It was either 6 or 7 that I was playing. And
let me tell y'all a little Tekken. So I went to Evo when 2017 was the last one I went. So I ran there. I lost my first set, and I got put in the losers bracket. You know who I played in the losers bracket?
Who?
I played Harada. You don't know who Harada-san is? He is the creator of the motherfucker. I played a serious set with this man. I was so shocked, sat there and was like, yo. He beat me with Fang. And it was good. Oh, that was 2019? Oh, thank you, Rated T. Yo, it was wild. Like I took a set of him.
I can't beat this man. Like I just have to.
No, never. I never give up. I took a set off of him, so I already was confident. But then he did this thing. The way he beat me with that Fang at the end, I was like, nope, I got to get better at this game. So I couldn't play Dragunov. I was playing Dragunov. And I was like, I can't really play him. I like him, but I can't play him. I picked up Armor King. And I've been sticking with Armor King since. So I'm like really ready for some more Tekken.
Who's the tactical dude who pulls out a knife? Brian or something like that?
Brian.
I
could
never beat that dude. Like anybody that mained that person online when I was playing just stomped me.
You gotta learn how to counter a little more.
Yeah. I wasn't good at the count. I was good at the combos and just I knew what combos they did too, but like that's all I could do.
Oh, okay, yeah. Once you get the combos down, then you got to start learning defense. You got to other stuff. I'm not the greatest Tekken player, so I can't give you the greatest advice. I can give you, but Tekken 7 also had a mode that it teach you how to counter any move to answer to mostly every move in the game. I like that about the game. If you decide to jump back into it, no, I really like that.
Yeah,
because it made me better understand how to play against Paul a little bit. And like certain moves, not everything, but just enough.
That was like a PvE kind of practice mode, almost basically, right?
Yeah.
Practice modes in your games, devs. Fucking any devs who might listen to this shit. Seriously, it is so important to give your players the tools to improve their skills outside of the ring.
No,
that's such an important tool. I don't understand why more games don't include that kind of feature and doing it in a realistic kind of way. Like that just seems like it should be bare minimum, especially for games that actually have competitive scenes, right? That just seems like whatever. It should be a thing. I'm curious. With you said you're excited for Tekken coming up. It sounds like so from the last 2 hours, from the last few minutes, etc. It seems like when you figure out the shit you like, you kind of stick with the shit you like. Like you like 100%. That, yeah. You like 100%. This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
So with that kind of mentality, I'm curious about like going forward. What are some things you want to see? Some new shit you want to see in a game, or like some shit you want to see more of in these fighting games? Things that you're missing, whatever.
I want better. I want people to learn how to learn about frames because I'm old school, so I never understood frame data that well. And once you learn frame data, the game becomes a whole different game. So the new Street Fighter that's coming out has a whole frame data mode. Wait, I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? What?
TV just said that
no, he's not coming out yet. No, Baki's not in it. People want Baki. He's not happy. I just watched Tekken World Tour Top 8 today. Like the big thing for the end of the year. Like Capcom has one also, Capcom Pro Tour, which is coming up. So we'll learn more about 6. Tekken 8, they just talked about it today, and they have new modes in there and stuff like that. They only showed Nina. That was the newest character that they showed.
Nice.
And
bring Baki, and I'm gonna be super psyched.
Yo, everybody wants Baki, and because he asked, yo, Harada was on stage. He says, "Who do y'all want?" And he just was making jokes with it. But they gave Nina. I'm like, okay. I want Armor King. Where's Armor King? Because they got King. I'm like, where's Armor King? Because I can't really play King. I don't know why. He's a little harder to. And who else I want to see in the game? I was saying I may actually learn Jin. Because he learned, if you watch the first trailer ever, he learned how to control the Mr. Devil in him. He used just a little bit of power. I was screaming. It was so wild. It was so wild. Wow. It was. But what's another thing I want to see in fighting games besides that? I want besides Fred. You see what Rated T for Tim said?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm watching all the chat. Don't you worry.
No. We play like he's my boy. We play Tekken. He's a Paul player. I don't think y'all understand what I mean. He's a Paul player. Like if he will put a little more time, I think he would probably be the best Paul player I've ever.
Ooh.
It's nasty. He is nasty. So like when we play, I don't expect my goal when I play him is necessarily to always just beat him. It's more to learn what am I doing wrong. Then I can go take it somewhere else, work on it there, right? And then when I adapt from that, then I take what I learned from that and then come back to him and play him and he go, what the fuck where you learn that at? I was like, I'm not telling you that shit now.
I've done that. I do that with a buddy of mine too, who was super into fighting games. And I called it my hyperbolic time chamber.
No, that's the name of my Discord. Oh yeah. I left it that name since I started it.
That's dope.
That come vibe out.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that. Yo, that's the best type of connection, man. Like I've had a lot of really good I've been blessed to have a lot of really competitive connections around me. Like shout out to Haji, shout out to Glow, Gabe, shout out to Ghost, shout out to Street Tag. Like all these guys are really good and passionate at the games that they play. And they really push you like to not be fucking like bad, bro. Like they will whoop your ass and call you trash before you go online and get your ass whooped. So they just preparing you for the bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
that's how you gotta do. Whip your ass in the shape before you go on there thinking you can be God tier. It don't work.
And yo, bro,
it
all
don't
the
work.
games, bro. Like you'll be competitive over like flipping quarters, bro. It don't matter. Like whatever the fuck it is, you're gonna be talking some shit, bro.
Yo,
like,
that coin's gonna say heads like you never saw before. Just fucking wait.
Like I've been blessed to have that around, man. Like growing up, bro. And
it's always great to have like that competitive thing. There's no way you're gonna get better if you don't.
Super Smash, fucking
yeah.
Mario
I got better
Party.
at Smash because of like Rated T for Tim and like his boy. Can't remember his other name, but I'm just gonna call him L for now. This boy is so disgusting at Smash. Oh, Shifty. That's it's scary. Like he knows everything. We be sitting there playing and he just starts smacking people around. You be like, put the controller down, just keep doing what you're doing. I'll learn. He's like that. And he plays Polynesia.
Okay.
Polishina? What's her name? Polishina?
Which well, I guess it depends.
She's from Kid Icarus.
Which Smash?
Okay. She's from Kid Icarus. She's like the main
goddess. She's the goddess.
Yeah, Polishina. Yeah. The way he plays Polishina is scary. Yeah.
He has a like a
Palutina. There you go. Palutina.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
I see.
His name is Shifty. He plays Smash.
That's dope.
Yeah, but I love the competitive thing. That's all I like. And like going to the event, you do not understand how it drives you to just be better. Like Defender North just happened not long ago. And it was in October when it happened. It was incredible. It was the first fighting game tournament to be on. Okay. Tournaments are usually on PS4 and before was on 360. Right? So now we have to address what's gonna happen now with fighting games for tournament. So what we got now? We got a PS5, Series X, because everything's coming out on everything, right? But now we got tournaments doing PC. Capcom Pro Tour is doing their tournament on PC. I'm like,
oh wow,
that means everybody's playing on the same level. 144 hertz. You don't
the
have to get a
frames.
dongle to make your controller to work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got none of that. You just plug and play.
That's huge.
Think that's where it needs to go. People are not ready to. People are getting there because this last tournament, Frosty Faustings, was on PS4. Now I was watching it go. It's kind of for Street Fighter. Street Fighter on is okay, right? But then they did Tekken World Tour. They did it on PS4. So let's see what they do next. Because who is it? We got to go with Evo. That's the biggest one, right? Evo, Sony owned, but they never said anything about donating, putting consoles into the thing. So we got to see what's going to happen at this. But I think the world really, when it comes to tournaments, should go PC. It's just a better version. People got to figure out how to like balance.
That's how you really open the game up
stuff.
and the possibilities of what the developers put into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
We'll say this
I'm
much.
waiting this.
Have you heard the news about E3?
I heard. I'm interested what they're gonna do because none of the big three are gonna be there.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not mad. Think about this.
Wow.
You shouldn't You shouldn't. They've been doing their own things, right? So it gives a chance for the dev of these gaming companies to show their stuff without the companies being there going, we're gonna take your game, we're gonna show it. Right?
I see.
So I think it gives it for these companies to come in there and show what they're doing, what they maybe other consoles may come out, and guess what? We can see it. It's not about the big three. The big three is gonna always do their own thing. And we always gonna not be disappointed. If you're disappointed in the Xbox, I think you're lying. You're disappointed in the PlayStation, I almost think you're lying still. And if you're disappointed with Switch, you're crazy.
Yeah. Nintendo has always done some of the most fucking groundbreaking shit there is. I mean, all of their consoles are groundbreaking. All of their major game titles are groundbreaking. All of their major IP is groundbreaking. It is wild.
Here's the thing for me: who's competing with Nintendo? Because like obviously PlayStation
themselves, themselves.
A weird competitive thing with one another, but like. Nintendo's just on their whole other plane of existence, just out there doing their
My argument is crazy, and it doesn't relate to just gaming. I think just Xbox in general is just the best entertainment device out possible. And it's not
it's the closest to just a straight PC, isn't it?
It's literally anything that you could do.
I can see that. You
can hook up your cable and everything, watch your TV directly off your Xbox.
Oh my God. We gotta go there, but we got to go there, but let me finish this one thing I want to say about Nintendo, because I don't know if everybody knows. Nintendo is the oldest company to ever exist.
Yep,
definitely.
Since the 1800s. Yep. Since the 1800s, they started as Hanafune card. Before they got the console, okay? Before they got in the gaming. We also had Sega Genesis. They was around a little bit later, but they were another old one.
Genesis,
but they decided to...
Shout out to Dreamcast, bro.
Yo, we brought up Dreamcast earlier. We were messing with some Dreamcast.
The fucking memory card, bro.
Yeah, the VMU.
Yeah. That was next level. That was so ahead of the time.
But here's the thing, Sega was next level. I don't know how old y'all are to understand this, but Sega Master or Genesis. Sega Master System, ahead of its time when it came. So you get the console is black and burgundy. You got a light gun. It comes with a light gun and a controller, right? And it was black and burgundy. And it came with a game that could be in a cartridge. And then they had games that was in a card slot, how TurboGrafx 16 does, the engine, right? They were the first people to do 3D gaming back then, before anybody else can do it. Sega's been ahead of its time. They just, I don't know how they flopped on the Dreamcast. Dreamcast is one of the best consoles ever.
Yo, it's because of the damn controllers. I'm telling you right now, and it's because
That
of the
controller
games.
was amazing.
It's
That
because of the
controller was
games and the
good.
controllers. That's it.
I thought the controller
I
was
mean,
good.
yo,
The
No, but
first system
memory
to be
look at
part
what they
fine.
was
were
insane.
what they were competing with at the time though was the next level type of game. Like
He said what I was gonna say.
what's that? Dreamcast was one of
First
the
it
first.
goes the
Yeah.
internet.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like it was their
We ordered
timing of
pizza from it.
release. It was the games that they had available, and it was the fact that they were a little bit awkward compared to the way that the rest of the gaming world was going. So like,
Mhm.
uh, I feel like the same thing happened with GameCube, where GameCube was really good. Honestly, it was, but it was a little too fucking weird. It was a little too weird, and it had a weird release time. There
You
was a
can't.
lot of stuff with it
Well,
that, like,
here's
My
the thing
Super
it's
Smash
Nintendo.
Melee brothers would disagree. I think they would say that
Yo,
was the
listen,
best
but do
time
you
on
know
the
what?
world.
Those are
Like-
the only ones, though. You just brought up 99% of the player base. For
I feel
GameCube,
like
though,
Zelda,
right?
no.
Zelda.
Thank you.
Zelda. No,
Thank
we're not
you,
doing that.
CT.
Zelda all
You know what I
day.
mean?
I
Zelda
guess you're
all
right.
day.
You're right.
Thank
Mario
you, CT. I'm
Sunshine.
just saying.
Okay,
Like
but
when it comes to
GameCube-
Super Smash, everybody
GameCube
knows
Zelda-
that
had
really
everything.
good one. was
Pokemon
on the
Coliseum?
GameCube.
with Zelda,
Eternal
though,
That one was
Darkness.
good.
Eternal Darkness.
Luigi Mansion. I mean, like, yo, that shit was dope. That shit.
look,
Tales
Fuck
of
right.
Symphonia.
Pokemon Coliseum, though?
Yo, we can keep going. I'm telling you, GameCube.
I'll hook
had
up the
everything.
GameCube
Okay,
today
Mario
and
Kart,
play that
alright,
shit.
alright. But now, and you might know, but my experience was that GameCube was always the other console that anybody I knew had. They had a fucking Xbox and a GameCube, or a PS1, or a PS whatever, and a GameCube, or their computer and a GameCube. Like, GameCube was never their main fucking thing. It was
I
a
knew-
fun
I knew
novelty.
I was about to say that was my
Dude,
own
I
shit
know
for a
people
minute.
that just was Q people.
Yeah.
Well,
And I can honestly
I got
tell
the
you there was
Xbox
a
late.
point I stopped playing my Xbox just to play my cube for a long time. There was so many games that I was going hard on there. I still got my collection. Like, they have games. Resident Evil 4 was on there originally before
Outbreak
it
or
went
whatever.
anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Yo,
4,
Resident Evil
yes,
4 back
4.
then when it came out was wild. They had Ocarina, they had Wind Waker, and then you got the Zelda Master Chief Master Collection. You also had, let's not forget, Metroid Prime 1,
Prime.
2, and 3.
Never
You
was a
had-
big Prime fan.
Yeah, no, Prime was beautiful. And what you had what's that guy? Was it Ventura? No, it was a guy that was like he was like in the movies and stuff like that, and then his girlfriend got kidnapped by like the monsters that was created in the movie, and he was in Smash Bros. He's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 now, Ultimate 3. You're gonna make me look him up.
yeah,
I
I don't
know.
know. I don't
I
know
have
who
the
this
game.
person is.
No, I know. Oh man, it's something. But it was a really dope game, and he would change his style. He would wear this red like suit, and he would do like slow motion moves. Like it'd be like the film just slowed down, with heavy combo stuff like. It was a very good game. You can keep talking. I'm gonna find this.
Oh yeah, you're good. So the point of me bringing up the GameCube primarily was because of the controller interface issues that it has, where
okay.
it had its
I get it.
uses. It had its uses, but I feel like that was like my modern iteration of the Dreamcast situation, where it kind of Dreamcast went outside the box. They were like, let's try this weird controller that worked for the Dreamcast. It did not work for the greater ethos of where controllers and gaming was going, right?
Okay.
So like,
yeah, Nintendo does do that.
That's the point that I was trying to like. I feel like those consoles just they run into an issue where they might come up with a game or a few games that work really well with that interface, and so people really fuck with that shit. But it's not going to be as open to
Point
to
taken.
the mass.
Point taken.
What
You got it. You're right. You're totally right.
We totally forgot.
Oh, I got the game. The guy, Beautiful Joe.
Pikmin. Oh, Beautiful
Pikmin,
Joe,
definitely. Beautiful
Pikmin.
Joe.
Oh, Pikmin! I fucked with Pikmin
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That game was
That was the
super
game
fun.
you were talking about, Beautiful Joe?
Yeah, Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe is the shit.
Yeah, that was
Beautiful
the shit.
Joe is it. Oh my god.
Yeah, so the point of all of this, Nintendo has been fucking breaking ground since day one.
Yeah.
Since day one.
I think they will. I
One
think they will
word, baby.
consistently. Still,
And
I
the
think
crazy part about the GameCube too was like being able to hook up your Game Boy games and play.
Yeah,
it on
That was
Oh,
official.
yeah.
Yeah.
huge.
We had the fucking
Pokemon
cable.
especially with
Final
The
Fantasy
cable.
Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a great one. 4 players. You all had to have your own
Yeah, Beautiful Joe was
Game Boys.
Mm-hmm.
You remember? Was it Zelda? Legend of Zelda and the Four Swords. Everybody had to have their own Game Boys to play that shit.
I never got to play
That
that
shit
because
was
I didn't have enough
incredible.
friends, y'all. I didn't have friends.
Oh, that was so incredible.
That'd be a
They
fun
had
game to go back and play. That'd
Soul
be a real
Calibur
fun one.
2. Soul Calibur 2
That's
on
so
there
depressing.
was great because they had Link.
Sure.
They have Link, but they also had Twilight Princess that came out on the Wii and the GameCube, and the GameCube version was the better version because it's how Link holds his sword.
Huh.
The Wii version, he's a righty, right? Because of how you control everything. But Link, as a character, is southpaw. Always been, always will be. So the GameCube version was his original hand, how he plays. Right hand shield, left hand sword. And it was amazing. It was so good.
That's dope. I love those kind of artifacts that play over, you know.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Kirby, yo, the OG Kirby though, like I don't know. I feel like if
Kirby
you're gonna play Kirby, I just the old stuff was just so good.
You didn't play that one on the Switch? Not the last one, but the one before that?
No, I haven't played any of the new Kirby's.
Yo,
I
they're
played stuff from like
very
10 years ago,
good.
and then I played like
Yeah.
the original shit, you know?
Yeah. I got that Super Nintendo collection because I got the Super Nintendo Mini, and I don't remember which one it was. But I sat there and played it, and I was like, I'm done? Oh shit, I beat the game. It's only 2 hours. And it's the first time I ever played this game. Okay,
What?
I like this. It was the first time I ever played it. I was like, I'm done.
There you go.
Underwhelming. Okay, there's got to be something to do in this. But I loved it. It's good. Kirby's gonna always be there. You got Link is gonna always be there with, and I can't wait for the next Zelda game. That's gonna be
all those
God.
fucking all that stuff is so iconic.
Yeah.
All that is so iconic. I feel like people know, and there's a lot of pop culture around a lot of the stuff that Microsoft puts out with Xbox and that comes out with PS, but yeah, it doesn't seem to really have as much space as like Pokemon and all this stuff that Nintendo has come out with.
Halo.
All of these IP. Yeah, I know.
Halo.
I'm
I mean,
aware.
like Halo, like
Gears.
I'm well aware.
I love Gears. I'm sorry, I was Gears.
I think Gears is a cop out. I
Keep going though. Keep going.
Gears.
All right, Halo and
Gears was Halo Gears. Okay, so here's my thing when it comes to
because you just like there's like Mario, there's Link and Zelda stuff.
There's this,
there's Pokemon. There's like any of these big ones you name.
Well, I guess we can go with Rare, right? So they have Rare games, right? So what we have? We got Killer Instinct. We have
Forza is crazy.
Banjo and Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie, I would say falls into that. I don't know that that other one does though. Like I'm talking about things that are in the ethos of the world. You go out into the world, you're gonna see shit. You're gonna see Pokemon in the world.
Yeah.
Period.
You're gonna see Forza. Forza is like simulated race.
Yeah, Forza became that one.
Yeah, sure. I would say that
Forza took the place of it. It seems like it almost of Gran Turismo.
Yeah, definitely.
Gran Turismo is the only one that's like in any type of argument with Forza.
Yeah. I mean, I love the Xbox. Don't get me wrong.
Those are like the closest
everything.
simulated driving experience in the world, like type thing. So
sure.
I think that's a huge recognition.
Well, Crash Bandicoot's on.
I don't know. I don't know. You get somebody who doesn't play racing games, they're not gonna know that shit. I don't know that.
They just drive. Right? There's people that don't play games that just want to drive and experience the simulation.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Wait.
I'm talking about
original.
I'm talking about the IP, the intellectual property that Nintendo has created, produced, and that they own. So stuff like Pokemon, goes way beyond any of the literally anything you've mentioned in my book. It's set for Halo and Crash Bandicoot. Halo and Crash Bandicoot, you go out into the world, anybody can see those two things and know what it is. Period.
I love
Whether
these
they play those
conversations. You know
games,
why?
What about Mass Effect? Because Mass Effect originally,
nah,
Mass
I know
Effect
people who
1
had not know what any of Mass Effect was at
Serious?
all.
Ready for this?
100%. That's a
No.
game again.
Mass Effect, because Mass Effect 1 was a Microsoft game. You know that, right? That
Oh,
was
well aware.
Yeah.
But
Part
think
2 and
about this
on
as
was
a
changed.
non-gamer.
You know what's
y'all. As a
Microsoft?
non-gamer,
We're gonna talk
what
about
are you gonna
non-gaming.
recognize?
So Nesco.
Well, if you're a non-gamer, you're gonna the major titles. That would be Halo. That'd be Gears. That'd be
Halo all day. I think Halo's the most
that's it.
recognizable.
Those would be the ones. Everything else is like a lot of third party. But now we're gonna have
Nintendo, that
Yeah,
list is
Mario's cool.
inexhaustive. I feel like you
yeah.
can just keep going, and anybody is gonna know that shit. That's the shit that I'm talking about is groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Nintendo has a special place for doing this shit.
You know what's
It is
really
insane.
groundbreaking?
Everyone knows Pokemon.
Everyone knows
Yeah.
all of Nintendo shit for
Check
the
it
most
out,
part.
check it
Like
out.
it is crazy how much.
Yeah, you got Mario. Everybody knows
love
Mario.
this.
They'll just walk down and be like, "Oh, Mario!" Do, 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 do. You be like, "Come on."
You got people getting in Twitch and playing Pokemon, old OG Pokemon, by typing in commands because people love Pokemon so fucking much,
Yeah.
right? Like it is wild to me.
You know
people
what-
who have no idea what it is, just
You know
like
what's kind of
fun
wild
doing
to
it.
me? Like this, no political reasoning like this. What's kind of dope is like when you look at the military and shit, and they use like Xbox controllers to control drones and shit like that. I think that's the coolest shit in the fucking world. They're not using Nintendo controllers, bro. Like they hooked up a fucking
Well,
Xbox
you know what?
controller.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this.
That
The
shit- I'm
PS2
just
was
saying,
what the military was
that's
using
pretty
at
kinda
some point.
crazy. Like
Right.
PS2 was like the full system. That's what they used
Yeah.
to control everything. I'm like, that's wow.
like
Wow.
bro, what?
But I
A
see what you say.
controller?
Everybody's controlling stuff. Yeah, I think Xbox has the better of the controlling.
I love their accessibility controller too. Have you ever dabbled?
Oh, you talking
or
about
seen one of those?
the which one?
It's like a pad that you could like control and set up all different types of macros.
Oh,
or whatnot.
that thing? Nah,
like,
never did.
dude, that I think is the dopest shit in the world. Like I got a dude with one of my brothers that I grew up with. He only has one hand, and like setting that shit up and him being able to drive and play the game.
That's
like
super
nothing.
dope. That
was
That
some
is
crazy
really
shit.
sick.
Again,
Really.
I haven't
Xbox
liked a
shit.
single Xbox
I'm just
since the
saying,
first
like
one.
That's the
yo.
accessibility controller. That's
Yes,
amazing.
look it up, yo.
That's
Google
dope that they
shit.
even have one,
Accessibility
right? Like a
controller
lot of
is,
times, people have to
I
PlayStation
think
carry
just
the
great
made one.
dopest controller ever
PlayStation
made.
just made one.
Shout out to both of them. Finally, about time.
Xbox had that since like the 360 days and shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
guys, like, yo,
They went for 360. Then the Xbox One was like the major, big one. But Nintendo's gonna always be where they are. They don't need to do but so much. They need to kind of step up maybe their internet and a little bit on their graphics. Now their games are getting too crazy.
the games do look out
need
around
to
the graphic.
step up their ability to intermingle with other players.
Okay, yeah.
Like because people have to use like there's no like you go on the Xbox on PlayStation, you got PlayStation Party, you got Xbox Party.
Oh yeah, you gotta use your phone.
But like Nintendo has nothing except for like you gotta use some weird app on the phone.
Yeah,
easier to use Discord. Just use Discord. And the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that
what we
have to
do.
go to a
But you know what?
third-party-
Sometimes you should use the Nintendo one
But what
because
I'm
you get
saying-
items for your games for certain games.
what I'm saying is
Incentives.
It's easier to go to a third party
Oh, well, of course. 100%.
to interact. Like they need.
All right,
some way of-
can I present a theory? Because what Shaka just brought up almost makes me feel like I might have. All right, so I feel like with both Xbox and PlayStation, they very much focus on their online competitive games. Like that's kind of their bread and butter for the most part, is connecting people to an online competitive environment in some kind of way. Whereas
think Xbox is
Nintendo's
on
big titles
have entertainment.
Oh, you're cutting out there a bit, Teddy.
Oh, I think Xbox moved on to just like entertainment and rather than just worried about gaming because like the capabilities.
But look at the companies that they started owning. I think they're getting back into that gaming. They're close to that Bethesda one. They got They got Ninja Theory, which is was it
Yeah,
Hellblade?
but then they're like implementing Discord and
That's a big deal.
streaming
Part 2 is
services
really gonna
and
be
Right.
wild.
like all
Right.
these things into the console that is just
And
entertainment.
I think
stuff.
they have their Ultimate Game Pass, which makes
that
I
the
think
Game
one of
Pass
the
is
best
not
things
fair.
to ever happen.
Game Pass
Sure.
is
If
not fair.
Sony, I feel like Sony should copy that shit.
They
Because Sony
tried,
likes to
and
copy
they had to
things.
shut it
I
down.
have nothing
PlayStation
against
Plus
Sony people.
was terrible.
I'm just saying they can copy shit.
Oh,
And they copied off the Wii controllers. You remember when they did that?
Yeah.
All right, so if you can do that
The
and make a
wand.
point blank, yeah, with the wands, we can actually take overlays and do certain things that's similar. Because that PlayStation version is not right.
Yeah.
Too expensive, and it is too dumb for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And you need to have the best one to play certain things. And I'm like, why? It's too expensive. I don't want to play everything.
So a lot of these titles, a lot of these like Nintendo titles, right? They seem to be much more focused on either PvE play, so you're playing the game solo, or playing with friends in person. Like, there's not a lot of Nintendo games that I can think of that have as big of a connect yourself to the online community
There's only,
aspect.
like,
Yeah.
there's only
Not
a
that many.
couple I can think of off the top of my head, which is like the Monster Hunter series.
Sure.
Too, and like the Smash.
And
Bros.
Smash. But
So,
Smash still is really laggy. I think Monster Hunter has like the best online for it.
I almost feel like that has now. This is totally just
and now
like
the
theory
classic
type
games
shit.
you can play online now.
Right, sure. But for the most part, right? So playing that kind of game, playing games in that kind of mindset. So playing games that are either you're playing them by yourself or you're playing them with friends who are with you. Like playing it in those kind of ways typically is gonna build such a nostalgic, good, like reassuring kind of association with those games, almost association with those consoles. Whereas playing Call of Duty or playing some fucking Halo online and connecting with people might give you a shit ass experience and make you fucking pissed off almost. I don't know. Like, I feel like Nintendo has almost, because of their avoidance with that, or they're never incorporating a big online kind of supported community for their games, they have almost maintained like a special space of perpetual like magical nostalgia with their product.
I think Nintendo's selling point is almost like the childlike nostalgia.
It is. It's that like it's that almost innocence, and that's kind of what I'm getting at.
You got it.
Right?
They want couch play, more couch play than
Right.
online play. Make people interact and be like normal people. Hence why we got Mario Party.
Yeah. You fucking lose your
normal
friendship.
people, as in I'm throwing a fight club in my house because you beat me.
Word.
Mario Party gets
Mario
toxic.
Party makes a lot of angry people.
Okay. So we have come up on our hour 3, everyone. We've come kind of to a point where right now is where we really cut off the
fast, bro.
The
Holy
recording
shit,
aspect.
bro.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be closing down my stream here, doing proper goodbyes. I'm gonna be hanging out in the Discord and everything as well. So if you have time or you need to go, yeah, of course, go ahead. Just trying.
I would like to see, before we do start shutting down, is there anything that we did not touch on? Anything that you do have upcoming?
Y'all wanted to see my Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Ooh, we ain't
I got a
yo, bro,
512
3
gig.
hours. We didn't even get to touch on the Steam Deck.
Nah, that's all right. That's all right.
This shit, bro.
This thing right here is the best thing. Sliced bread. I'll be on the train playing Elden. I'm happy. Bro. I played Final Fantasy VII Remake for the most part. This is how I played it and beat it. Like, to be able to play your PC on the go, I don't want to hear what nobody shit is. This is it. I could hook it up to the TV. You could get a dock for it. I have a mouse and a keyboard for it. So now I actually put control on the front of everything so I could chill. I could play Ultimate Pass on it.
That's insane, bro.
And I don't know how to do everything with it. I don't even know how to do everything with it. So I stick with things that I have. That's it.
So it's like a Switch, but for Steam.
Bro, it's like a fucking
plus.
A crack.
Yes.
Like it's a computer on the go.
It's dead ass is a computer. You know, this thing is it's a Linux base. If you go to desktop mode, it's a full computer.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's why I had to buy a mouse and a keyboard so I could do things a little quicker and better.
Sure, that's dope. That's so cool.
Like that shit
is
is
dope.
really next level right there, bro.
Oh yeah, I'll show you the keyboard for it.
It's like what,
I
$400
even
or something?
I got the 512 gig. It's more. It's a lot. See this?
Yeah.
See this?
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
my
That's
keyboard.
flex. That's flex. He
For
said,
those
"We'll
for
do
those who can't
it."
see, he just held up a little small, like large, just
It's
a
the
little bit bigger
keyboard.
than a palm, pulled it up in front of his face, and then unfolded it, and it turned into a
Yeah.
whole ass keyboard.
Yep.
That's some magic right
Insane.
there.
That is how I do things on my Steam Deck. And then I got myself a little mouse,
I
really
see.
cheap. Something to have.
That's dope.
I can actually probably play Dota at work if I want.
Oh shit, some
I'm
Dota.
gonna actually. I want to learn how to play both of them.
Can
I
you
know they're
get
both
like
complicated.
BattleNet and all that on that? Cause I'm saying like this.
I can't. You know what the thing is? I need Windows, so I have to learn how to do the. I don't know
Yeah.
Linux, so once I really learn Linux, then we're gonna get.
I see.
And then I'm gonna have Windows on it and all that, and then I will have. And then we're gonna be talking. I could be at work like, yeah, son, let's do this. Got an hour.
Dude, that's awesome. Bro.
But I want to thank y'all for having me.
Oh,
Man.
thank you for
being
being
up
here,
here, bro.
Stelio.
I
Very-
definitely will be streaming more, getting my life back
Yes.
into it. I got a lot going on, so you won't get a lot, but at least I could tell you you'll get at least once a week out of me,
Yes.
and you will get like my food reviews and stuff. Like on
Heck
my
yeah.
YouTube, which is the only thing that is different. I didn't even say it. It's like only consoles 81. Let me shut.
Mhm.
So I use it here and
Now, the best place to check in for when you are streaming, is that going to be your TikTok? Where should we be looking out for when you start doing your streams?
you should be on. You can also be on TikTok also.
What
So
was the first thing you said? You should be on what?
Twitter.
Twitter and TikTok.
Yes.
Got it.
Twitter.
Heard
Yeah.
that.
Mainly Twitter. That's
Sure,
where you
sure.
get all my info for a good chunk of everything. I'm on there more than I'm on any.
Yeah,
I
gave
So
see.
you
a
get on there,
follow
you will
on
definitely see like, hey, you going live and all that stuff. And like I said, if you join my Discord, you will definitely, you
Mhm.
know,
Incredible.
you'll
Twitter's
go.
pretty good.
Oh, okay, we got it. This is my YouTube. I don't know the rest of the things. I'm just gonna go /YouTube. Boom. Couple of things on there, but I will throw more down. But everything I do, notifications, all the stuff I talk about will be on StelioKontos81 or
Yo.
2Guns81. You got me. I'm here. I'm here. Thank you again.
Heck yeah, bro. I love this. Thank you for being up here, man. And
You know it. I appreciate you for even asking.
I do want to say this before we start completely wrapping up. Can do you mind looking for somebody for us to raid out to? Because usually we like to all end our stream
Yes.
and raid
Yeah.
out
Yo, I just got
to a viewer of your
got
choice.
a few people
Uh,
to add to that just now.
Nice.
Yo.
right. So we can add my homie from
Hey, that's super
Philly.
dope.
It's gonna be Black Island _MG.